That's from last night. We didn't even get in. Did we ever read Beth Cuff 3? I don't think we even read it, did we? But y'all know we're going to start at first, though. We got to get a foundation. Always remember, before you start, get a foundation. You got to have a plan. We talked about that, right? How many of y'all started your list last night? Who you going to share your list with? Exactly. That's for you. That's not for anybody else. That's for nobody else to go over, look at. Don't let anybody. It ain't what nobody else think about it, and what it ain't their opinion. It's not about what. It's not about them. It's about you and what you want to correct and what you want to change about yourself. Things you want to get rid of. And a lot of time, why we haven't gotten rid of it, or why there's been no changes, because we hadn't actually looked at it. See, even the purpose of this book is so that you would, Zakar, remember. So when you write these things down, when you actually see what you put down, and these are things you deal with, your fears, your phobias, your worriations, and different things, that you can actually see them, then I want you to look at each one, and then I want you to examine which one we're going to tackle first. They have like seminars where they'll teach you about credit. No, I hadn't been to one, but typically what they'll try to tell you to do is to attack different cards. If you got like several credit cards, let's attack the smaller ones first and get them out of the way. You might be paying $59 for one, $32 for another one, $125 for another one, $200 on another one, and you're trying to just say, what I'm gonna start doing, I'm just gonna pay a little extra on each one of these cards to knock them down. Sometimes the easier thing to do is to pay the minimum on a few and take the maximum of what you're doing and attack it and get out of the way. Now that $62, which was the smaller one, I can concentrate this on another card to knock it out while I pay the minimum on the other one. If I'm paying the minimum, I'm not getting anything done. You are getting something done because you're attacking the smaller ones. You can get out of the way. Now you can take everything that you were putting on all these smaller cards and attack the bigger card. That makes sense? But if you run in trying to attack all of them, say, what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to put extra on all of them, you're going to overstress yourself. And you're not going to really see any progress. So the goal is to knock out the things we can knock out. Get these out of the way so now we can make a focal point and move it until we can get to the big one and say now we can just totally eliminate it and get ourselves to debt free. And people have said, I don't know how you can be debt free and you're still living. Because you're going to wind up having, if you're going to do business, you're going to exist, you're going to have to get in debt. That's how the system works like that. Let me tell you how this system works. These systems work that once you pay all your credit cards out, it can become dangerous. Because now you say, I don't use them, I'm going to put them up. Guess what? You can lose that credit line. See, they learn what you learn. People want to get debt free. Okay, I need you to stay in debt. So how they get you now, if you don't use these cards after a period of time, we're going to shut them off. Now you just lost your trade line. So now when your credit went up, when you paid stuff off, now it started dropping because you just lost a $5,000 trade line, $1,500 trade line, $10,000 trade line, $20,000 trade line. So now I got to teach y'all on how to use the cards without getting yourself and eliminating the card. So what you do periodically, like every 6 months or so, take the card, go buy something. Put gas in. Say you finna buy your gas. How many of y'all pay cash for your gas? All right, let's do this. Take that card and pay for it. And pay the payment right then. Most of us on bill pay. Before you just had to write a check. Go on bill pay. There's $50, whatever you use to put the gas, pay the bill. So guess what happened? Now the card is still running and giving your credit line and you don't have any debt. And most of y'all don't know a lot of these cards have reward benefits. So now that $50 you just spent just might accumulate you $100 in reward points. These reward points keep building up, then you can go in after a certain period of time and redeem them. So now you paid no interest because you paid it right off. The people that paid were the people who own the pump. Because the card charges two people. It charges the person that accepts the card and it charges the person that used the card. You have an 21 day billing cycle. Pay the bill before the billing cycle. Guess what you owe? No extra. You were paying, not paying, I don't want to do it because they didn't teach us. This is how white people make trips and fly. And I'm not criticizing. They learn how to use cards. You go in the store, how many of y'all pay cash for your grocery? Swipe your card. Okay, use the card. Set your card up on bill pay. As soon as you buy the grocery that you were going to pay for anyway, go right on bill pay and pay it to them. So now the card is still going to give you credit for what you used. And you billing reward point. Now you call them, they say, what do you want to redeem this for? You want $500 gift cards? You want food benefit? How many of y'all go out and eat or like to go out and eat? Guess what happened? Let's just use a scenario. I like to go out and eat. I don't go out and eat because of the cost, okay? Now, since I have some cards I can use, pay them immediately because I already pay cash for this stuff. These reward points will allow me to redeem them for a lot of these restaurants, Cheesecake Factory, if y'all like Applebee's or something like that. But there's a lot of student restaurants that you can get cards for. Some of them might even do Capital Grill. Find out who your card participate. Home Depot, Lowe's. Some of y'all say, I got stuff I need to get. How about now you're getting this stuff for free at the expense of somebody else? You pay nothing. What you buying, you already buying. Okay, for how many of y'all that say you pay cash for your gas, cash for your grocery? What do you get extra? What if you use that card? That card gave you reward points. Those rewards points built up and gave you free cards that you can use for gas, for restaurants. Now you get to go and sit down and eat for free. $40 card, $50 card. Your food come home. I got 3 cards right here, $40 card. This more than pays for it. And I got a balance on here. I might want to buy me something, just a dessert with the extra, just to be done with it. And guess what? You just ate for free at somebody else's expense. How about it? How many of y'all like to travel if you could? Okay. Well, some of y'all, how many of y'all don't travel because of the cost? Okay. How about if you use the card? Paid the card off. Don't you know a lot of these cards will give you flight points? You could build up enough flight points to guess what you just got? A free flight. See what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that people like to do. This is what get us, and they didn't teach us that. The school don't teach them that. Because this is business move. This is how white people are doing so many, and ain't hating them. Only hate them for the fact they didn't educate you about it. But don't hate them because they're doing it. Okay? Because they learn you can use these people. Like with bankruptcy. A lot of us didn't know how to use bankruptcy. We pretty much got into debt and got into critical stuff. And when we bankrupt, we don't have anything. Years ago, back during the time my mother was coming along, black people bankruptcy, they would fight to keep out of bankruptcy. They went to bankruptcy, all they did was cancel debt. They didn't accumulate nothing. White people in the 60s and the 70s were bankrupting. They would go get a house, they would go get them a car or 2 cars, and they would get them a boat and an RV. Then they were bankrupt and be able to keep their goods. My credit, they think about this. Let's do the math, okay? My mama and her husband and her family, a lot of those people credit start out on your word. So if your word was bad, you couldn't do nothing. If you say you were gonna do something, it was a handshake. Then it became an X. Your word was your bond. I gave you this, you come to the store and do credit, I wrote your name down. Mr. Kennedy came and got such, he's gonna pay. Because he don't want to mess up his word. He want to come back and buy again. Well, white people start looking at, with bankruptcy, I clear that. I pay for a house. When they give us a loan, our loans are 30 years. White people gonna do 15, 10. They don't even waste time with 30. Unless they just want to play with something, it's gonna be business and let them deal with it. They learn how to do arms, where they get a house for 5 years. They gonna move somewhere with a job. A nigga will go get a 30-year mortgage and a job transfer. Now, a white person would get a 5-year arm, which means they get the house and were already paying 2 and 4% back when people were paying 13. So I'm only gonna be here for 5 years, my job. So I'm gonna pay on this house for 5 years. I'm gonna knock down some of the principle of this, and then I'm gonna sell this house. I'm gonna walk away from this house with a profit, plus my job paid me for moving here, and they're gonna pay for me to transfer back all money. Nigga walked in, got a 30-year mortgage. You don't even start attacking the principal till after 3-4 years. So you sell, you walked out and you got nothing. I want to teach you how to do something and get something out of it. Learn how to use. How many of y'all looking at start using this maneuver I just told you with your cards? What do you lose if you paid out before your business cycle? See how they get it, they scale. Boy, something happened, now you're gonna get yourself back in debt. You in debt anyway. When white people bankrupt, when they first started, they changed all the rules when we started. White people bought what they want, bankrupt. Listen, they're not gonna take these people out. Even the courts look at, that's a man castle. You don't wanna take, where they gonna stay at? Let them keep this, reduce their payment so they can keep it. The other stuff they got will reduce the payment, and now they pay one payment to the courts. Where they were paying a house note to one company, a car note to another company, a RV payment to another company, and a boat payment to another company, they're making 4 payments that were high and extreme, but they did it on purpose. Now they tell the courts, and they let them know, I want to keep this stuff. I have to get to work, and my wife had to get to work. This mobile home is our home. We use this as well. So the courts get them to get the agree on, the arbiter to agree on, okay, let them keep it. But they can't afford it. Let's cut the payment. So now while you paying 30 years in stress, they just cut all their payments and reduce them down in 7. Y'all see how we behind? What you think is smart is really dumb. Trump has made his money. Y'all know how he's done it? Bankrupting. Crashing companies. We do everything we can to keep a company open. They don't. He want to crash them. Because when I crash them, I'm going to get money. I told y'all when Arthur Blank bought the Falcons, it's business. Them damn birds can't win nothing. The only reason you buy them is because you won't look at it. They learned that with Miami, didn't they? Yeah, 31 on the team. Let's talk about that. My mic in. Hello, hello. I don't hear about it. Hello, hello. It might be on. You hear me? You hear me? Where? You hear me? Hello? 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 Am I on? All right, let's say y'all can hear me. So this look, they getting adjusted. We getting adjusted. But what happened is people with money, they learn how to do things and make money. They learn how to make money with losses. They learn how to make money when it's time to gain money. That's something that we have to learn how to do. We got to make it where no matter what happens, we always continually making money. Y'all got it? This ain't going. Hello? Yeah, hello? I know y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can leave it? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I got that correction. Took my correction. I don't want to be a bastard. Isn't that right? So that, in saying that, I want to teach us typically, and I'm going to move on to what we're talking about, but typically what happened with us when black people and so-called blacks were bankrupting, they were just bankrupting and they still didn't have nothing. It's a business move. Power. These are power moves that they make. Nobody ever teaches us that. We don't learn that. People drag us in. I want to teach you how to be successful. It's rigged. These people, SD folk, how many of them are successful because they're doing the right thing? A lot of them are successful because they're learning how to crash things and lose things, and they're getting their money on that end. Right. Just like when he come with these tax laws, these people gonna make money. There are people, these people strategically set themselves up to make it look like they're going to target a group of people. These people already got plans. They pay people who are experts on how to save them money. You'll just go to a tax account. They're going to go to somebody. Their job is to take everything off and come up with a profit. Yeah, that's true. So I want us to learn how to do that when it comes to, like, this is what we got to look at. Let's move from business and translate for us from the spiritual. Regardless of what happened, we have to set ourselves to where we benefit. Okay? Shaul, great instance. When he talked about how he was once knew a man in the Mashiach. And such an ish was, where was he at? Caught up to the third Shamayim. And he heard things which was what? That wasn't lawful to even be uttered. And he talked about gloating in those things. So where was he at? Was he on a low point? High point? High point. Still benefiting. Because I hear things other people don't hear. Now somebody come along and slap me down. Where am I at now? Low point. And guess what he learned? When I'm weak, I'm still strong. I benefit when it's good. I benefit when it's bad. Because he was told that his calm was sufficient. How am I benefiting if I'm being struck down? How am I benefit if I'm at a loss or I'm at a hurt? Because Yahuah shows us there's always a benefit when we're working for him. When we came out of Mizraim, low point, high point. High point. Why high point? He brought us out of captivity. What happened? We had great substance. So we came out and we had product. Right? High point. Now we wind up getting stricken down and he wound up putting us in Bamart ball. High point, low point. Low point. How did we benefit? Test us. What happened? We didn't live by bread. We learned how to survive even when we weren't eating to our fullest. We also learned how to keep and preserve our clothes. Isn't that right? We learn how to help. Most times, feet, ankles start swelling you up a long time. He said, I learned how to move you and navigate you where your feet didn't swell. So even at a low point, it still was a benefit for us. So this is what these people learn from the market. They learn how to benefit when things are good and when things are bad. Now, we translate that because that's just in the modern living, just in the carnal. We want to learn how to benefit in the Ruach end, from spiritual, okay? So that's why I'm saying all that. It was just out there anyway. We're going to try to move on. I ain't got my gun. Where my gun, man? Yeah, go get my pack of gum. Missing my gun, so get me a gun. All right, we're gonna start up here and go. But that's where we at. That's what we want to learn how to do, okay? All right, let's look at this. Romans 15:4.
For whatever Nika taught before.
For whatever was written, you said before?
Yes, sir. Nika taught for our alignment.
Was written for our to show, explain, to teach us. That's right, to teach us, explain. I want to make sure our young people, that's something you want to learn. Y'all want to appreciate you so much, good man. So that's something y'all want to always make sure. This is, and the reason why I want y'all to do this for my young people, reading comprehension. It's detrimental to have that. That's where they get a lot of our people at. You have a lot of people that can recite. A lot of kids just recite. Y'all remember recitals years ago? Where they'll give a kid a script and the kid just get up and you just act it out and you'll do it. It's a recital. You ain't actually understand what you're doing. You're just reciting what you heard or what you read. Versus for us, we're not here to do a reciting. We're doing to make sure we actually comprehend. Y'all got to make sure we understand how to use it. Well, I just told y'all about credit card. How many of y'all just learned something? Do you understand it? It had to make sense now, right? It's not something that's just recited to you. This is something you understand the benefit of it, right? Well, that's the same thing you got to do when it comes to the word. When I read it, I'm actually making sure I comprehend it. Let me say this. Everything you read, you won't necessarily comprehend. So some things I'll let set and just let it kind of resonate and just kind of deal with it. Because I put it in my mind a place where that's something I want to kind of think on and consider. It don't mean everything you read you're going to comprehend, you understand. But you shouldn't be at a loss at everything you go over. That makes sense? Please don't think I'm saying everything you read, you're going to know what it is. No, some things you got to go back over again. Some things you got to work over. Some things you're going to have to think on. Some things going to come in a process of time, and I'll show you that, okay? Let's see this. For what things soever were written, that means what part of it? Just keep on and pay attention. My young people, don't try to pick what a certain part. No, whatever it was that was written. Were written for us, we always want to revert back to where our basis is, the alignment, which we learned how this was used. So we know, so it makes a difference when, just hypothetically, I come over and I strike him. If he understands the alignment, then he understands how it's used from a shepherd. Because it can be used to steer or to guide or deterrent. So now I realize the word is used that way, to steer me. If I'm going the wrong way, it's steering me to get me back into the right focus. Y'all got it? It's there to show me, no, pay attention to what you're doing. So I understand. So now, if I'm getting correction, I ain't ready to fight it. I'm not ready to fight it because I understand it's from whatever was written. And all of it was written to instruct me, to show me, so I'll know. So when you got to understand, it's just like in school, let me tell you who the fight is. The fight always with the teacher because they don't understand the value of a teacher. And they don't send the kid to understand, just tell them, listen to the teacher. And then the kid looks like I get beat because of the teacher. The teacher gonna call my parent gonna get me, I'm gonna get whooped, teacher gonna send me to the office, then I'm gonna get in trouble, get suspended. They don't understand the process of how a teacher works. They're trying to show you something. So once we take the fear out and there's an understanding, now you got teacher, student working together. You got a better processing with each other. They understand what I'm trying to do. We have to constantly keep going back over this with ourselves and with our kids so they understand this ain't the person you want to fight. Like, fighting them ain't going to benefit you. They going to wind up getting you out of here. Like, fight me. Where you going with this?
That's right.
I'm going to go and make this fight with preacher. How far you going to make this fight? You're going to lose this fight.
That's right.
You know they used to teach us all the time. Listen to me, the pen. That is the pen. The power of the pen. You trying to think the power of the pen? When I start putting them X's on your stuff, when I go in that grade book on you, the pen gonna win this. They used to tell you all the time that the pen was mightier than the sword. You keep being all that being boo boo. I tried to teach her. I gave that woman, listen, man, that woman probably thought I had the devil horns on my head. I gave that white woman puberty hell, that they call it back then. I gave that woman hell too. And I was good in her class. She got me. And then that thing was over, I flunked her class. Because she knew what kind of nigga I was. I wasn't keeping no papers. It was with great honor that she gave me that F and flunked me in her class. And I realized then, she got me. She got the last one out of this one. Oh, I got her class time, took that over. I played and worked, and I got my work in her class. I'm like, this is all day I could do this. And she looked at the end of the day, I considered, you failed my class. When they asked me, I told them, I know I didn't fail class. They said, do you have any of your work? Don't forget now, I'm the nigga that don't come to class with paper, they borrow paper. I done got the grade. I'm not walking around to show my friends I got no A. They gonna karate kick their paper. I'm not saving it. This ain't going nowhere but the trash. And I couldn't produce no paperwork. Her book clearly showed me. She was showing her book. You failed. You ain't passed nothing in my class. All I could do was sit there. I wanted to cry because it just hurt so, you know what I'm saying? It hurted me so bad, man. That thing just got me because I'm like, I know I passed this class. And she kept a straight face. She's like, this is the great book right here. The prince said, do you have any of your work? I said, I'm done. I like it got me. So it's important for kids to understand this ain't who you want to fight. They gonna get the last laugh. If y'all didn't know it, it'd be good because you're entertaining your friends. The friends like it. You're gonna be popular. Cause when people, oh, that nigga, oh man, you laughing. Oh, that's that nigga. I had friends. I had guys ahead of me. About 2 years. So when I was in the 7th grade, he was in the 8th grade. And then when I got to the 8th grade, he was in the 8th grade. Then I got to the 9th grade, he was in the 8th grade. I'm not even making this up. And I got in the 10th grade, he was in the 8th grade. And he was a big 8th grader. He played 8th grade football. Yeah. I don't need to tell y'all he the best player of that, right? Do I need to tell you he the best player on the 8th grade team? This nigga, him, mind you, this nigga was senior, he was in 8th grade. And he was big. He was big. But he mastered the 8th grade football. After football, he quit. He didn't come back to school, he dropped out, he done. He come back now, start school, come back for 8th grade and football, and he get equipment. They're like, you ain't got to try out. You're in the 8th grade. We know you already know the play, you know the coaches. You gonna play. But that's where his life ended at. Y'all don't want to be those type of kids that sit here and waste that kind of time. Realize when you get older and you get out here in the street and realize everything you do comes with consequences. It's good when you're doing it. It's fun while you're doing it. But in the end result, when you get out here and where you really got to try to use what you know, that's when it hurts you. Just like them women in the military come in and come through boot camp. It get time to go to the field. You know what? My period. How you have a period every day? Every time it's time to go to the field, they be cute though when they coming out. Then the first one get out there and panic when you get in real combat. Then the first one get out and screw up in combat. They know them women. How many of y'all is military men? See them women, they pull that stuff. They can put, it's that time of month. Nobody gonna check them. Nobody gonna pull their drawers and check them. They cute, they get out of stuff, they get out of stuff. To real combat happen, you get out here, you realize you should have been out there. You'd have been more prepared. Same thing with school. Y'all kids gotta prepare yourselves, just like in here with us. This is our schooling. Like Bree said, school's in session. Y'all hear me? And I'm gonna turn it to the professor. Well, you know Big Carolina here. We don't need it. Folks saying they took their correction. They ain't take no correction. They did. They've been sitting right here, getting this thing, doing what they need to do.
That's right.
So that's why it's important for us when we look at to make sure we understand that for what things soever were written for our
vomit.
So now, you know what happened a lot of times with reading the Bible? People say, well, look, go. It's kind of like, I remember when we said sometimes, when I was young, I ain't gonna get in that tub. I just didn't want to get in there. So get in there and watch the important stuff. On your arm, between your legs. Your legs shouldn't be stinking, and your arms. So you're going to get in, hit the main important part and get out of there. And you get in there, and then after a while, you start to dissipate off. So you start learning everything you read is important. Y'all got, cause you're slack. When you start picking key points, you're slack. I ain't really probably got to touch my arms. Man, I'll go between my legs. Really? I don't smell that. You'll start to, things will start to just kind of unravel. When you start teaching, it's important for you to clean the entire body. Y'all got it? It's important for us to get a understanding of the entire book, because all of it was written for a purpose, to show us, to instruct us, so we'll know how to walk. So now I know the validity of stuff. So, wow, man, I ain't got time to read no Chronicles. That's just a bunch of names. That's not true. It was written to teach us something.
Right.
Because these are historical things you need to know. How things connect to one another. How things kind of came to happen and came to existence. Y'all got it? Yahuah give us his existence, just like Yahushua existed. So you can see the timeline, and you can see how things work, and you can see how he was when Yahuah picked somebody, think about this for instance. He could have picked anybody. But he taught us some things concerning a tree. You know them by their who? From their fruit, from their parif. That's right. So that's how I say you know it. He started to tell her about what a tube tree ox couldn't do, what it couldn't do. Now, you think about this. Yahuah could have picked any one of us in him to been the savior of the world. Couldn't he? He had that ability. Am I correct? Yes, how would that work when you've been instructing people and you reared them up on understanding cultivation? How to identify when a thing's good and when a thing's bad. When things are good, you hold to that thing which is good, and you watch it over a process. It continues that factor. So now, when I picked a man to come and say, be the savior of the world, I did the same thing. I went right back to the root of the matter. Where things root from, just like with a lot of us. If you have problems or situation, you'll attack the problem versus a lot of times, let's get to the root of the matter. Let's see where it comes from. You got what I'm saying? A lot of times people say, this is what we do. I got a drinking problem. Tell me first thing I need to do. Stop drinking. Good. That's a good answer. How about, why did I start drinking? Did I tell you I was molested one time and I didn't know how to deal with it, and that's why I started drinking? Could I tell you I watched my father get shot and killed, and I didn't know how to process, I started drinking? So let's say I went with what you said. I just made it. My mom looking at me, your daddy wasn't shot. I'm just using scenarios, Mom. Calm down, Ace. She doesn't say, I don't remember this stuff. But I'm just saying, so now, let's say I stopped the drinking. When I started thinking about all those things that happen, what I'm probably tending to do. But the answer was, stop drinking. Let's go back to the root. The root allows us to realize if we'll tackle the root of where it stemmed from, I have more of a probability of not returning. And a lot of times we pick up habits because we don't want to deal with the root. I'd rather not deal with it. I just rather keep drinking. I just rather keep doing drugs. Like everybody doing drugs ain't just doing drugs because they're a geek monster. Some people are doing it because things happen in their life and I don't want to deal with it, so I tend to use crack cocaine or amphetamine or other things so I can just escape it. Like I told y'all when I smoke hemp, CBD. Listen, I ain't trying to escape now. I don't deal with what I got to deal with. I just want to sleep. I just want to laugh, and I just want to talk about folks. That's not my problem. That's it. I just like doing what I do. I mean, if I need it for an escape for something, as far as like, I don't have no peace, I don't have no solid, I need to go on attack. Why I don't have no peace? I don't need to put it, because now I'm putting so much, this is what happens. If I put that on the hemp, guess what? Hemp gonna change, it gonna need some sprinkle. Hemp gonna need a drink. Because my problem's never been dealt with. See, this is what we had done. Nobody has really taught to us on how to get a cure. People have band-aided, and that's all we do is band-aid stuff. Whatever happened in your life, just forget about it. I can for that moment. But I assure you, if it's a hurtful situation, it's going to come up again. And if I don't eventually deal with it, it's going to drive me to something. So it's going to be important for me to understand how to get to the root of a matter. So when Yahuah looked at, I got to set a man up, and this man's got to come, he's got to represent me publicly, physically, image. This man also has to be able to retain information. Then I'm going to have to make this man from who? from mankind, from Adam. So now I got to go through and find the right tree ox to pull it from. Abraham, Yasakar, Yaakov, people that they looked at, these people could retain information. These people were students of making sure that their benin held to the Dabarim. So like with Yahushua, his parents lost him coming from where? From Walmart. They was at Safeway. Where were they coming from? Because your law had taught us that you were supposed to train them up in the what? So that when he is old, he gonna stay with it. Abraham was old and died in a good old age, and he stayed with it. It only made sense to go back and pick the right ox to pull the pari from. You know, this is how we look at it. Oh, God used a man. Won't he do it? He didn't just use a man. He used the right man that came from the right lineage, showing you how important it is what type of ox tree you ought to be, what type of fruit you need to bear, that you need to try to bear. This is what he's going to recognize. When he come back here, the man is a harvester. This is what he does. When he told Amos he was coming, he showed him something. What was it? A teat, a basket, and it had the fruit that had been gathered. They understood that the man is coming back for his goods. When we were coming on years ago, certain fruits, certain animals as far in the market had better names. The California oranges were a better name than just oranges because they were quality. People knew there was a characteristic. You couldn't pass a certain watermelon from certain places had certain names that outranked out others. Not that there weren't others, and they probably were good, but there was some that said, I know this particular name brand, just like certain clothes. Somebody said, well, this is the same thing, just like I didn't say, I don't want that. I want this one. I know the name. So when Yahushua came, the name of where he came from had credibility of being good stock. You know what's amazing? People go in the market, they call it the stock market. You know, vegetables all over, they have stocks. And it's amazing they look at people look for increase with their stock. Isn't it? Like a husband when he puts seeds. It's a stock market. And he's looking to gain. Don't y'all know on the stock market, you ain't gonna believe it, people use soybeans, all these things, they actually, tomatoes, and all these crops, people are actually investing on these because they're looking at it's gonna be needful, and they look at how the market be volatile, and they know this could actually be something that could be profitable to them. The same thing we were bringing in, you know, people say, I ain't never seen where tithes were money. Your tithe was fruit. Your tithe were seasonings. Your tithes were vegetables. All these things here, and you could turn it into, wow, you tell me a man that took his soybean he grew, he can take it to the market and get money for it. Yahuah taught us that. Yes, that if the place be too far where you brought your tithe, that you could turn it into money. Right. Y'all think these bastards done taught us something at Wall Street? Yahuah taught us that. You could turn it into money. Let me stop. It gonna sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to do no, because they'll think of me more than what they think they should, and I should be exalted above measure. They ain't gonna pay me no attention when I tell them that. None of these people doing nothing out here teaching us nothing. Right. You already taught us this. All the stuff you got is traded on the NASDAQ. It's traded on the stock market. Right. For growth. That's how you start looking. You look at the stock. Even when people come along, they say, in the country, when people got married, different here, you came and you had to tell somebody you married. You know what they said? They'll say, don't marry that gal. They call her gal. Don't get that gal. They say, don't get that boy. You know what they'll say? This right here killed you. Let me see you money with him. That boy won't hit a lick at a snake. Done. You done. Listen, that worse than punk and faggot. You done. That said that boy won't work. And that girl, that once he come on and said, Dad, I want to get him. He said, who? That boy won't hit a lick at a snake. That mean I don't want to talk about him no more. He done. He won't do nothing. Like now, it don't mean nothing. Now you gotta go pump that. That still ain't gonna stop it. That's popular. But years ago, country folk they tell that guy, don't matter that gal out. They call a gal, that gal out. No, that was done. That means your name was shot. I done heard about her. You were done. In the country, you were done. You were done. That's whole prostitute, slut. That's everything you want to holler. Them folks, you were done in the country. Folks, no, I heard that, not that gal out. That was done. You were marked at that point. So it's important, and even your book told you that a two name would rather be chosen than riches. Right. Let me ask y'all something. You know the book said that Yahushua came and said he became poor? That we can become rich. What his name was like though? That's what he did, what the book told him. He chose the tube name over riches. Now, let's say, now he became poor that you might become rich. Let me ask you a question. How your name? See, we're not business. You know they say, but I got the money. You still struggling. Listen, he got the credibility to his name. Now he richer than everybody. Because guess why? He followed the plan. First thing we want to do, let's get all the money. Let's do what he told us. Seek ye first the Malkuth of Elohim, not just a Malkuth. Pay attention. Who's Malkuth? Is he the only one with an empire? No, nobody. Elohim don't want the empire. That don't make sense. I would have never told you to seek ye the Malkuth of Elohim if this the only one. I just told you to seek the Malkuth. Right. I specified which one, the one of his. And guess what happened? First, let this be Rosha. So we understand as what? What is the Rosh? The head. So that'd be the first thing, the head, the chief. That's the main object. See, when you don't understand what stuff means, you just number count. We count one. Who want $1? Who would rather have $2 than $1? See, who would rather have $3 over $1? Who would rather have $5 over $1? So, because you're looking at it mathematically adding up. 2 is more than 1. He's telling you, when I'm telling you seek it as the Rosh, this is going to be the head, this is going to be the cap. This is your chief agenda. This is your chief agenda. When you come in, don't get stuck on nothing. It's like a police with a warrant. I go to a judge supposed to sign out, judge never sign off on, the clerk sign. Most people don't read warrants to know who signed the warrant. Warrant really can't be official unless the judge sign off on it. That's a whole nother case. So I get a warrant. You know what my warrant do? It limits me too. I come to house, that thing's out of the past. I see my warrant is for drugs. That's it. I walk in and I found some money. That's not on my warrant. But I want to get this money involved. Stay with what the warrant mandates. Don't leave off from what it mandates. When it come down, he's telling us to seek you, the Malkuth, the Elohim first. Stay with that. I don't care what else you run into. Get this first. Right. And all of the Sadiq, all that's covered in the warrant. Now my warrant say it's everything that's in association with the drug. Now I can get all this. Because why? I'm covered when I'm getting these things. That stuff we don't ran out and got, you ain't even been covered. When it come to court, come to my pot, they're going to throw that stuff out. Inadmissible. It's not in the paper. It wasn't prescribed for you to deal with it. But me, using my logic, to me now, I'm just thinking on my own now. And that's why you ain't got it. It's bad to avoid getting the Malkuth Elohim. That's not your first agenda. Rosh, captain, chief, main focus, the head, and you still ain't got the world stuff you're going for. That's kind of one of them double damn entendres. Mm-hmm. Now you ain't saved, you ain't nowhere near salvation, and you're broke as hell. Now, what I wouldn't do, I wouldn't start myself on getting this first, which is mandatory of my salvation, to go get the world and still ain't got it. Now, at some point, you got to stop and realize you just, as they call, you working ass backwards. That's how important it is to pay attention to what they say, because he got you in derision in your mind. But once I get this, then I'm going to be able to do this. He's saying, you can't, because it's outside the mandate. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to let it work. Every time you try to work, I'm going to work against you. Mm-hmm. Think about it. It's this many people that ain't got it, ain't close to getting it, and you ain't even got the world stuff. So what are you doing? It'd be different, I said. Like folks said, Snoop Dogg, what was he known for doing? Selling his soul to the devil for goods and riches. That's what don't remember that. Is Is he in that food line? No. Is he hurting? He ain't saved and got the world. You ain't saved and you ain't got nothing. Criticize, get him. He gave up something and obtained something. You done gave up because you ain't getting this and you ain't got the other either. Somebody need to call 1-800-SATAN. I wouldn't waste my time with that. It's still temporary. But I just want you to understand, when he mandates something, it's got to go that way. It ain't an option. It's got to go that way. All right, let's finish this up. We didn't get out of this, did we? So that's why I need us to understand, for what things eliminate what of the writer? What's the most insignificant part? All of it is needful, necessary. Were written, limited, were katab, scribed, written, scripted, were written for our
Lamed.
So when we read it, we know the whole thing was written so it could show us something we didn't see. Apparently, we couldn't see it naturally, so it had to be scripted so we could actually look at it. Y'all got to let it resonate in our mind from what we know and process so we will grow from it. That makes sense? Because when you read it, it needs to process. That's why I get a young people that can't remember that. Because once you read something, you have to process it. That's what I look at. When he asked me to do something, I got to process it. Are you asking me to do something outside my ability? Are you asking me to do something that's virtually impossible for me to do? These are things I consider. When y'all hearing the word, process it. It's this, don't be, that's the word. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, let's get past that. Can I do it?
Right.
Can I do it? When he talked to Kaufman on one instant, you know, they asked him, man, who can be saved?
That's right.
Why you think they asked that? Because they processed it.
Right.
Who can be saved? If you got to do all that, man, who gonna make it in? Because you gotta ask yourself, I don't want to say, then I'm questioning God, then I'm gonna go to hell. There's no God, there's no hell. This is a Greek terminology. First of all, I'm asking because I need to know. Abraham had to question the fact that this man is gonna kill. You gonna kill these people? I'm just sitting here thinking, it's a lot of innocent people gonna die in their place. If it be 50 of them, he said, he looked at logically, because he processing this. I done heard some things about Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, I'm going down and I'm going to pass my spot on these people. He's saying, oh, what if it 50 people and that's right? He said, I'll spare it. He said, let me ask you, what if it's 40 people? 40 people are going to be killed because of these other people. I'll spare it. He said, I hate that. I'm just thinking like a man. 30 people just slaughtered, just killed, and they hadn't done nothing. I'll spare it. He's on just thinking, goodness. 10 innocent people get. He said, listen, tell them folks to get out. The number's too small.
Yeah.
The number's just too small at that point. I'm going to take what's right and get them out and I'll kill it. Abraham consented to that. He said, look, that even when it came down to Abimelech, when the man said, and he told him, he said, listen, you're a dead man. Not just you, everybody in the whole place dead. That man said, whew. He said, whoa, I'm finna die. And on top of that, unlike us, he and the nigga just stayed on himself. You'll kill all these people too? I know what I was about to do, hadn't done it. Okay, I can kind of see this and I don't want to die. But the rest of these people hadn't done nothing. He said, I kept you. He said, had you touched it though, he said, I'd have killed you, I'd have killed every one of them people. Made him realize how important it is for a ruler to live right. And I'm telling you, much of folks talk about Abimelech, give him credit for, he gave a damn about his people. He could have said, well, if I'm finna die, ain't no use the rest of y'all living, pull a Jim Jones. Everybody drink Kool-Aid. They can talk, they read stuff, I don't look at it. That was a man cared about their people. He told, so you set the nation right. You'll kill a righteous, a Sadiq nation? A Sadiq go in, you'll kill them. I already had planned it on. I just want you to let you know how close you come to. You know how folks talking about, I run down the street Hey, Smith, and a car came across there. Thank you, Jesus. It didn't come over the line. He said, man, you don't know how many near-death experience you done came into. I like to kill you and everybody in your family. That's a near-death right in there, right? Now, that's one thing. Everybody in my car almost died. That means everybody in my male Kuth almost got wiped out. Had I came near to her. He said, listen here, I was this close to crossing the line. And everybody around me would have moved. That's how important it is. This is what happened with a lot of y'all, right, with us. We'll keep thinking the things we do only tell us. You connect to people. You connect to people. Y'all know that? Which means you affect others as well. Hello? When you find a tree with fruit that's bad, you can try to attack the fruit, but you need to work on the tree. Oh, years ago, with old people, they would do with stuff like that. That's for your time back on us. Put potash around it. You'll dig around the tree and put potash, because the fruit, you keep seeing worms and stuff getting it. So you start, you know what they do? You'll try to do it, this we do that. Pull it and try to take it home and analyze and study it. Get what I just spit out? No, hell, I ate the one I spit the apple out. Worm tasted better. And it's meat flavor. Yeah, spit out the worm. So then you start to look at, they're going to try to work on the fruit versus let's go back to the root. Amazingly, old people had enough sense to know, dig around that tree. Get in here and put something here that encircle that tree to keep the worms from getting in the pari. Well, that's the same thing Yahuah did around us. In the book of Yahuah, get what he told you. He said, break up your fallow ground, your untilled ground. Old people had that kind of process, knew to dig around that tree and then circle about with something that would keep things out. That's why you want to fill us with the Ruach HaKodesh. Same process. I want to get the worms out you. That makes sense. Think about it. Every time I do something, stuff don't work out. I try to do good, roasted present. It's similar to a tree. I pick one from another end of the tree, it got worms in it. Then I need to go back and start to check the root of the matter. How am I coming up with so much bad pari? How things are not working to benefit for me? So I need to encircle this tree about and go in and try to fix the matter of the problem. And a lot of times we don't. We just going to keep trying to work on the fruit, and you ain't going to fix it that way. Okay? All right, we'll finish this up. It was written for our young people. And what is that? Instruct, to teach, to show that through going through without quitting. It's impossible. Just listen, people tell me, I just ain't a quitter. You could not be a quitter for things of the rights. Okay, you got people, they can physically see things, so there's certain things they don't quit for that. When they come out there, you'll quit. It's enough stuff to come at you make you quit. You think I ain't Dawood said he almost slipped. I ain't got more than Dawood had. Come on, folks. It's because of I'm learning how this works. So the fact that you had to give me something to tell me not to quit, what did that tell me off the rip? My young people, tell me what that tell you. That I'm going to quit. Quitting's going to come. Quitting going to be an option. Quitting is going to be an option. Failure is going to be an option. So I had to write something to disannul, to get rid of that off the, just get off the table. There is no quitting. There is no quitting in this. That's why I wrote it, so you wouldn't quit. But I understand that that's going to come up from time to time, based on situation, based on things where my analysis of things, based on my feelings certain days and how I feel about stuff, feeling overwhelmed, feeling trapped, feeling like you're being suffocated with things, feeling like you can't get to the end of things, feel like it's one thing of another thing. I'm going to want to
quit.
So he had to put something in here for me. And it's got to be attached with something. And the comfort. Y'all get me? That makes a difference. So sometimes, you know what happens? They say, you get in an uproar. I told y'all one time, when I first got in the truck and on operating, I was sitting in my mind processing that thing. I had so much going. I had the bills. I had stuff going. Man, that thing had me so overwhelmed. I jumped. My heart was just going. I had saw the whole thing. I'm going to lose the truck. Everything going to go. I lost everything. It was just a bad idea. And my heart beat so bad, all I just seen everything, and he just gave me a calm down. We hadn't even got to that point. We hadn't even got there. We had breakdown. How you don't process, this is everything I got. I'm finna lose everything. I'm gonna lose my house. This is gonna be everything. I went and put all this stuff in on my own self. And you ain't gonna believe it. It worked out. So the writings become essential for us to keep us from quitting. Because now I can go back and look at people that it looked like it was the end. It was just the beginning of a better start. Y'all got it? But the writings do that. You can't just back this up on your own. Because eventually you can lie to yourself so long, but eventually you're going to have to come on and them lies going to come to reality. They're going to come to be on the mind. They're going to show you that's not actually true. So it's important when I'm going through and I'm doing it that I understand that it gives me comfort. Cut a little ant on for me. See, this comfort just don't come. This just ain't a hand just come and rub your back. This ain't about tell you everything gonna be all saying like also everything be all right, everything be okay. See, it's supposed to come from him first. That's why when y'all doing even with Zamar, I'm gonna tell y'all this get you. I think y'all done left focus. Oh yeah, y'all done left focus. Y'all saying about all kind of stuff. Y'all done tell so much stuff. Y'all still supposed to come up. Y'all supposed to come back to him. Cause y'all got so much stuff kind of going. Some of y'all just done. Y'all start moving so and going. Y'all trying to get and reach too many people. Can't reach everybody. That's right. It's just like Yahuah said. He said arm ain't short, and it ain't heavy. But we ain't gonna get these folk no reason to just go dance and pop and go. No, that's what he said. You need to hear what he said. What changed me? You getting comfortable and going. Y'all start losing the premise of what y'all supposed to be focused on. Everything supposed to pull right back here. That'd be like me just teaching something. I could take this and teach a whole stock class. What they gonna know about him? Now I took you from stocks and everything and brought you right back to well. Otherwise, ain't no good even fooling with it. That makes absolutely no sense to teach you about no stocks. I got to teach you about benefits. And here's the biggest benefits you're going to get. So you can use them as a thing, but it all got entail to pull back. And I think y'all kind of going, and y'all forget to just say things and remember who it's supposed to be. Listen, you're supposed to be teaching and admonishing one another in Shereen and Ruach in Shereen, making melody in your heart to, who that was? That's right to Yahuah. Y'all got to remember what y'all doing. Y'all getting comfortable. Y'all just going. People just, y'all got to remember, it's all got entail and pull them right back here. Otherwise, you're just killing time. Go read one of Dawood Shireen and see how it take them all off on other stuff too. Gonna put them right back to what that man brought them to. Gonna put them right back to understand where it's at. That's it. Y'all get comfortable. I know that you want to reach people. Folks are looking. You get your YouTubes up. Y'all can get your band camp sold and get that. Hell, that ain't gonna benefit nobody. Y'all ain't gonna benefit. Get these folks right back here. Y'all start compromising after a while now. I'm just telling y'all start coming. Y'all got to make sure it got to come back to him now. Y'all right, man, I'm moving. The pen just got, put the pen down. Start considering. Y'all moving, y'all just going. Y'all ready. It take time because you got to pull people back to him. Remember, your amanah is supposed to be working in unison with him to pull him back him. That's what Shaul subscribed to. He said, we didn't as workers together. What that was? With him, and he will want me to make sure I inscribe that shim in there. He gonna make sure I inscribe that everybody gonna come right back to him. That's how y'all gotta work. So I know y'all got a lot of stuff, or got projects, everybody just moving and going. But listen, I see changes. Jahi, you done changed a lot on me. Jahi, one of my most highly lyricists on how he wrote doing. Y'all styles done jumped off on a whole lot of other little stuff. Y'all trying to reach too many folks. I won't worry about reaching these folks. Listen, it'd be just like when he told them folks, if they don't hear this, you ain't gonna hear one people roll from the move. Mm-hmm. That's it, man. I tell you, I know people, man, but you want to get out, you want to read people. Hell, I can't save all these people. I'm going to put this a mot. You can't handle it. Ain't nothing else I got for you. Do me one of them tricks. I ain't got none. All I got is what they say right here. I start off with a foundation, and I end up with my same premise of making sure y'all understand where we at. I'm telling y'all, I watch y'all going to tell like they told Ray Charles, you're going middle of the road now. Y'all mess around, y'all get middle of the road right here. Make sure y'all got to bring these folks back to. Everything y'all intel got to come back here. There's a lot of stuff y'all can do. That's why you don't watch out. Man, y'all can take it on the road and do concerts out there, and them folks will come. They be like, it's so, I'm just being honest, it'd be so, it can go either way. Y'all just make sure now where y'all remember where y'all starting at now. Everything supposed to tell him now. I just want to put that out. I wouldn't be right if I didn't tell y'all that. Y'all got a whole lot of stuff going. I know a lot of folks stuff going. Some of y'all stuff I can't listen to. It said, Bart got so much stuff going on. I said, man, I don't even know what it's going to take me a minute if I ain't listen to it. Y'all should put all that stuff on my phone. I ain't going to listen to all that stuff. I skip it. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all got so much stuff going. Y'all try to throw so much stuff in this stuff. Y'all can't do what these folks do. Let them folk go on. Them folk not trying to be saved. Them folk, listen. Anybody want me to say they're going to hear what we got. Y'all know anybody want to say, them folk got to hear me. They ain't got no choice. They got to hear me. They're going to be saved. They're going to hear me. They're going to hear everybody who he said. If they're going to be saved. There's no way around it. Y'all people got talent. Y'all got gift. Don't compromise that to try to just hook up something with somebody to try to pull nobody. Hell, let them go where they're going. That's right. Don't let these folks, let them go where you're going. They're going to have to come. Cut them down like Yahuah did. Who warned you to flee the wrath to come? And let them know when they come, you bring from some pottery that meet for repentance. Let them know something that man will accept. Let them know they ain't nothing but some generation narcotics. Let them know they'll be better. They'll be all right. Got to cut folk to get them right. Folk got to know. If people like that here, they know them cutting down. They know it's a hard. I'm telling them the truth. Everybody I thought hated me was somebody. Everybody tried to correct me. I hated them. They hate me. Them folks hate you. They taking you the truth.
That's right.
Trying to pet these folks and drag these folks. No, this what you got to hear. You're going to be saved. I ain't cutting no corner for nobody.
That's right.
Don't never make no will. They're going to come to it. They're going to be saved. Ain't got no choice. When they 50 cents, they got inflation. Hell, 50 cents less than a ruble. Mm-hmm. All these folk going down. Right. They got to come and see y'all. Y'all stand with this and hold that stand. They got to come see us. After a while, y'all going to see them folk got to flow. This thing closing down. Yes, sir. They ain't got no choice. They got to come. So I just put that out there. Y'all handle it. Y'all that and the coon, consolation, a prize of the what?
Kid the bean.
Look how many times you seen script, written, script. The script coming back in every time. All that we read, the script handled up. This is the main focal point right here, the script. The writings. The writing does all this what we just read. Patience, going through and not quitting, receiving a reward. All that come from him, meticulous. All this coming through my writing. So when I know how I'm getting it and where it comes from, I'm more susceptible to contracting it. I know y'all like contracting. Some of you might have AIDS. You went and got that shot. I said that's a contract. They said, oh, jab. So I don't know if they went and got that shot or not, that COVID shot. But once we understand it, what it's actually telling us, and we get that understanding, now when we read the want to process it. Because what? I don't want to quit. I want to make sure I got this. I want a prize at the end. I want a reward. Y'all got it. I want to have a strong cord connection to this man. So just like with an umbilical cord with a mother when she's pregnant, that's how the baby eats. You don't start feeding the baby till it detach. And guess what? That lets me know as long as I stay connected to him, he going to keep feeding me. Y'all got me? He keep feeding me. That baby still attached. And now he keep feeding. And if I get too far, too distant, he going to prepare me something. That's what a mother does when it come out. She start making preparations. Her body start preparing to feed from the outside. She can't put the baby back inside to feed it. Her body process, I can feed you on the outside. We got outside Jerusalem, he's still been feeding her, just like a mother with a newborn baby. While it's on the inside, he fed us there. When we got out, he said, I can still process and feed on the outside. That's right. That baby don't go back in her vagina in her womb to get no food. So we can see how he still prepares a way for us, even though we're not in where we was. Right. Everything he wants us to know, we can process based off of natural events and situations we see every day and still hold us in his arms. That's right. All right? Okay, let's look at something. Let me look at the 23rd division of Tahalim. We ain't been there in a long time. Come to mind since we see him talking. Y'all don't like this, huh?
Hardly.
The goal is to make sure we get it. This is the Greek. This is what side we'll be reading from the Greek. And we'll read from here because the Greek, the Septuagint, is the oldest of the writings that we'll have on record today. Let me say this, according to them. This will be more accurate and more concise based off of our writing because we don't have our original writings. This is going to be considered one of our older ones, which tell you how dangerous it is that we have to look and have to eat from the hands of people that hate us. It's scary. It's scary that you got to sound and process it, and you got to go over their mistakes. Their first mistake was taking our stuff in our land. and taking the goods of the land. Just like he recalled all the vessels to come back into the Beth Elohim, he'll do the same thing with us. He bringing them right back. That's a decree. Korah's made a decree before his move that all the vessels of Yahuah should be returned back. And he only scripted that to let you know if he had that much concern when his goods got taken out, when they burned Jerusalem, tore down our Mashkan, our temple, when they destroyed everything and burned the wall down and took the goods and they took the people, there was a decree made, I want that stuff back in the house. How that gonna work when the house will burn down? That's why Yahuwah can say you can destroy this Mashkan. So I build it back and through you, I mean. So what we should have looked at, if you're gonna break the good, you're gonna have to prepare a place. Hello? You got to prepare a place. What good to take the goods and to play one? And he had people that were minded to put the house back. I'm minded, I want to see that house back. I'm minded, I want to see all the vessels of Yahuwah return right back. That's why the book told us to be ye clean, ye that bear. That's right, that's right. All those things gonna be used. You know why it was so important? Don't y'all know we had cups? What you put in cups? Drinks. And guess what? You want to be filled with the Ruach HaKodesh. You ain't nothing but a cup. Huh? Look at your skin. Wine. See, he said no man put new wine in an old what? That's the skins. It's actually skins. Skin. Guess what you got? You got skin. He said put it in new skin. Let's say burst. And the wine, and it rent. And he said then the wine be burst. That's why you got to purify and clean us up so you can put some new wine in them. Hello? They got people that go and refashion glass. They take old glass and put it in the machine and they can refashion it, heat it up, clean it, purify, then go put the bottle, go put it. Years ago, we'd get them drink, but you ain't throw them bottles away, you'd turn them bottles over 5 cents. We'd come in wooden crates. I'm going to say we had wooden crate, you get through, all folks get through drinking. They said, go put that in that crate. They stack them, get them full, take them to the store. Man, you get 10 cents and 5 cents and 15 cents for them bottles. We understood. They go back and they clean them bottles up and they put some new stuff in them. But they wouldn't put them in them while they were like that. They got to be cleaned up. So we understand, and they still be new. Just like you, folk looking for new skin, new hair. No, he going to purify what you got. Like these folk think you think that man finna tear their planet up. That don't make no sense. He going to purify it. That's why he going to quit. He going to hit it with their fire. So you can purify it, and it's going to be a new arise. These folk think, what sense it going to make? The book told you he created the arise to abide for a long. He ain't created that thing to be destroyed, to be taken out. That's why he's going to get these people. He created for it to be inhabited. Okay, let's look at this. All right. This is one of the songs for Daoud. Yahuwah ruleth me, and I shall want nothing. It said he my shepherd. This is what they wrote in the Latin. All right, let's see what it said. Listen.
Yahuwah is my ra'ah.
Which means he tends to me.
I shall not want.
Listen what he said. The Yahuwah tends to me as a ra'ah, someone that shepherds me. Can we see what the definition of a ra'ah is? Say, understand. Because see, when it reads in the King James Version, it just said the Lord is my shepherd. Okay? And the pen view went out of kennel, you might say, my German shepherd. But no, actually, he's telling you something that makes sense. He's giving you an analogy of something that you could understand. He's not calling him a literal shepherd of an animal. He cares for me like a shepherd. Y'all got it? Like a ra'ah would, all right? Typically what we don't look at with a shepherd, listen what he does. To tend a flock, pasture it, literally or figuratively, to graze, to rule. You know, now notice they put rule over in the Latin. To rule, to associate with as a friend. So we know he's not as. Let me see the lexicon Hebrew version that they call Hebrew. See, when you read it, and we heard it, we grew up. A lot of times, how many of y'all remember that one of the first thing they teach you the Lord Prayer in the 23rd Psalm. You recite something you don't really understand. And now if we go through and we comprehend it, it makes, they say, a world of difference. To pasture, 10, graze, feed to 10 pounds. I got caught up at that, White. White looking for something, ain't got no business. 10 pasture to shepherd, to rule. See that? Look what else. Teacher of people as flock. You see that? Of people as flock, which means he has to first understand how a shepherd, actually a ra'ah, actually leads and care for a flock to associate it. Now he's saying now you have to look at people as a flock. How does he tend for? How he care for a shepherd, a herdsman. They tell you of cows which don't exist, and sheep, literal, idolater, Yasharal, they put Israel, a flock. So I just want to look and say to associate with, be a friend of, meaning probably, what is that, probable, to associate with, okay, to be a companion, to be a special friend. Okay, that's good. We'll go back and look at it. (23rd). Okay. The Yahuah tends to me as a, which means he cares for people like a flock. Okay? And I shall want nothing. Y'all got that? Yes, sir. So what that means? That he provides. That's what Abraham told us. So Abraham knew him to be a ra'ah first. Because he told him being, my being, he said, Yahuah will provide. He will ra'ah. Because we were told that Abraham was a friend to Elohim.
Yes, sir.
Which means he was a ra'ah to Elohim. See, once we start learning, we can associate. How many times we were told that Abraham was accounted as a friend to Elohim? How did you understand that? How they understood it, the ra'ah, because they understood it was shepherding people like a flock, which means you had to first understand the carnal of the animal. And then, right, and the behavior of the animal, and then you will go over to understand what kind of care you had to have for people. Okay? They understood that this was also a companion. Because think about it. How you gonna be a ra'ah and you ain't got no sheep? You don't have no herd. You don't have no bakar. So if y'all going together and y'all going the same direction, that's kind of like a companion. That's why you would associate as a friend. Y'all say, y'all guys always be together. Y'all must be good friends. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at the shepherd, ra'ah, always with the animals, then we have to associate. Y'all are companions. Y'all become close because I'm always seeing y'all together. So we want to look at this in that kind of understanding. So when you say the Yahuah tends to mean like a ra'ah, which means he is my companion. We're always together. Y'all got it? He cares for me that I don't have needs. Okay. All right, let's see. Shall want nothing. Listen.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
In a place of green grass.
He leadeth me beside the
I ain't got that. I'm sorry, Lee.
Okay.
There he has made me dwell. Because typically those animals eat grass. So he put them somewhere where there'll be plenty of stuff. That's right. That's why it's no lack. It's not just like people look at, he gonna give me, he gonna give me. I put you in a place where you can get it. He ain't gonna actually open the sheep mouth and put it in there. I'll put you in a place to where it will sustain you. See, understand what it is. He said he made me to put me in a place with green grass. So I'm able to be sustained. That's why I don't have no want, because I'm sustained. And a lot of us, we don't learn how to get that understanding. We always trying to get plenty of before we try to look at first. Let's get stability. He puts me somewhere so I can sustain. Even here, why y'all think y'all here? He put you, a lot of folks here, y'all behind ain't went without no food. If you have, that been your stupidity. You ain't been sitting outside. If you have, that's your stupidity. It ain't been because you no member here and we told you stay outside and do nothing. That's your stupidity. He put you somewhere where you still be able to be sustained.
That's right.
Through information, through help, through resources. All that stuff people don't realize. I don't know, you can testify to this nigga.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And all right, Yahuah make it, look at that. He has, say he made me dwell. He has nourished me by the, of rest, because you'll say he lead me beside the still water. He said, put me where I can rest. He put me out of my where I can rest. Let me tell you who I associate that with now, in a sense. I look at somebody like Yahuah. Do anybody know why I look at Yahuah? He used to ma'in when he was feeding, when he got the sheep from Laban, when he wasn't sheep, when he got on, I think it was cattle, because he took them, and he took the lean, and he took the fat, and he put the rod in the water in the ma'in, and he had the lean to drink, and the lean became fat, and the fat became lean. And that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to finish out what you were trying to say. Okay, how we do? Man, jet-headed. One of the worst cars made, he used the Ford. The Ford is the low point of a water. Y'all didn't know that? People don't know where the word Ford come from. When you're on the stream, the book will tell you that he passed over on the Ford. Okay? That's where the water is less rough and it's more calm. So they were able to pass and go over. So when people look at he leading me beside, guess what? Yahuah picked that spot. That he took them. Look, he could have took them through the road where they hold hand. Come on, we finna go out here and we finna cross over. Whoa! Water took me. That's dumb. Why would you take them across this rough point? So he took them to where the water is more calm here. I got kids. I got my wives. I got all this with me, and I got other. I need to get them when they don't get in an uproar and they take off and they split. So I'm gonna take them through on the Ford. Make sense? See, if you don't understand and know, and you know how I'm able to do this? Because whatever was written before, what was it written for? You know how long ago that been when I read that he took him through on the Ford? But guess what? Now I can regurgitate and it makes sense. See, he took me where the water rests at. Now, what do we learn about ma'in? So guess where I'm going to keep my sheep from? Come, it's too rough. Come, it's too rough. The ma'in too rough. I need to get you from over here. I got to take you where the water's still at. Y'all got it? Now, see, when you look at Yahuah, you'll see he did the same thing with him. He took him through on the Ford, too. That's why he buried him where the moot was. How rough was that? It was steel. Remember, he took him through by the steel ma'in. If y'all remember, he told you the people he named the arm as water, ma'in. So think about it. Yahushua had to go from the two and bring him down, and he had to lead and carry him through. So what makes sense to carry him through to? I'm going to take him through the steel ma'in. I'm taking where it's not rough. What were the folks doing where he was? They throwing stuff up, they hollering at, throwing stuff, folks throwing javelins and stuff at it. Come on, man. Let me get from let me take him through the steel way. Because I'm looking at you. This is what I do for a living. I don't know why I don't believe it. I don't have no card, no pay. I got enough sense of Yahuah. I can think. I can process. I ain't going to get nothing from no other way. I'm getting it from what y'all already know. Y'all see how it makes sense? He told you he was going to take him through from the still water. So all I'm going to do, the people of ma'in, I'm going to take you where they less lax, where they more relaxed, where the people not in so chaos. I'm going to take you through the still water. That's how he was able to bring him back up. Okay. Nourished me by the waters of rest. He has, see that? Mm-hmm. Where was he at? He was in the moot, in the grave, in Kubar one day. And what he did. Let me tell you what happened. Now, this right here. He has restored my
Naphash.
Who you using? What you using? Hands. You did good earlier. All right, come on. I got one. Got one right here. Hold on. Did I miss you? Who saw it? Did anybody see the white hands up before you? Yeah, I saw your hand. Why we get it? What's that? She said number 5 got it. What's him? So we gonna go home. We got Kerry. Hold on. Let Morpheus answer. No, no. Kerry. No, come on, Kerry. Huh? You want the red pill, The blue pill. No, go ahead. And there was Morpheus went in and got all them guns and put that coat on ready to come out. Now go ahead. He restored my soul. What you saying?
You said restore you, he has restored my soul. But where is more than,
He said, he restored my soul. He had restored my soul. You know, like, I know he had sold his birthright. It most stuff you can use. I was like, yeah, I know that. Let's just use the one that we need to use with that. Yahushua. You can't go wrong with that. That about who we was already talking about? That's a good answer. He had one before you. I'm gonna get him. I saw you. What you got, Dwight? I like that. That's exactly what I was gonna use. Shamshun. See, everything. How you just dreamed that up? See, that's how y'all got to look at the word. The stuff y'all use, this is what y'all been taught. When Shamshun had slayed 1,000 Anashim, he told Yahuah, now you're gonna let me die from thirst. And he hollowed out the part of the jawbone of the ass. And when he drank it, he said he restored itself. So we understood that man had fought and worked and battled to the point of moot. And he said, now you're going to let me die from thirst? That's why y'all don't realize. That's why Yahushua, they had to put the cup to his mouth. Shamshun had already declared it. You couldn't put that on top. The man, he had died for thirst. That don't make sense, because the man said here, he lead me right beside the still water. How am I sit right by water and thirst? That don't make sense. The thing was right here, when he said he thirsted, they ran right quick and found a well and dug some water out the ground. They already had it here. It didn't make sense for him to die. The water's right here. Now you couldn't say he had moved for our transgression. You said he died from because he thirsted to death. It's that important that what you believe has to be covered so you don't get a lie. You said a man died. I know they say died, but really he died. He was thirsty. That's a lie. Shamshun told you. You done gave me this great victory, and you gonna let me move from thirst? See, people don't understand. Esther, go ahead, these dumb folks. So why they gave him water? It's in the Bible? Exactly. That's your answer. See, y'all get to understand things and process it till it makes sense. Y'all need to see it? All right, it's 15th chapter, the book of Shamshun. Shaphatim. I was talking about Shamshun first, and I'll get to the book. Shaphatim, 15, jump down about, I was thinking, what, 10? And this is the plural word for judges, 15, 10. All right. Well, we're going down. Jump down, what, 12?
You want 18, but
18 what I want.
Yeah.
All right. Give me 17. Let's direct to the point. Let's go. You punched me in my stomach. Shut up. All right, y'all can hear me? Yes, sir. I'm gonna pull the leash light right down. I had some friends had a mic on them, like something like that. Well, remember who was selling them drugs? All right, this is 15 and 17, Shaphatim, they called the book of Judges. Listen.
And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand, and Yakra, that Malchum, Ramoth Lehi, and
so
he would...
16. 15? All right, 15. So we were coming there before. Let's see what happened.
And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and
put... say new, that don't say, just told he found a jawbone of an ass that had been cast away. All right, let's go.
and put forth his hand and took it and slew 1,000 Anashim therewith.
And he smote, he killed 1,000 Anashim. All right, 16.
And Shamshun said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps. With the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 Anashim.
So that I smitten 1,000 each. Listen.
And it came to pass.
Hold on, I ain't got 17 up. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone of his hand
Out of his hand.
and Yahuah that Malchum Ramath Lehi.
So they ain't put that, which no doubt must mean the jawbone. Okay. 18.
And he was sore athirst,
Very thirsty.
and Yahuah on Yahuah, and said, Thou hast given this great deliverance into the hand of thy Abad, and now shall I moot for thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised.
Let's see what happened in 19.
But Elohim clave and hollow Malchum that was in the jaw, and there came Maim thereout. And when he had drunk, his Ruach came again, and he revived. Wherefore he carved the Shem thereof in Hak Kor, which is Lehi unto this Yom.
Fountain was called the well of Invoker, the Invoker. Okay? Let's look at something. Let's go and look at the 27th chapter, book of Yahuah. $27.45. So that's what I want. $27. Yahuah 27:45. 35? Okay. Let's see what 45 say. All right, listen.
Now from the 6th hour there was Kashak over all the Arats unto the 9th hour.
So what time was it? 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Okay. 46.
And about the 9th hour Yahushua sighed with a loud call, saying, Ali, Ali, lama sabachthani, that is to say, my Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me?
Which means at that point he was crying to Yahuah like Shamshun was, concerning the victory he had given him. That was the book tells you that Shamshun cried unto Yahuah.
Yes, sir.
What he doing? The book tells you he crying to Yahuah. Because he was looking at, I got this great victory, but now there's a situation. Let's see what it is.
Some of them that stood there when they shama that said, this is Kara for Eliyahu.
Some of them said that, Lee. And what else happened?
And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar and put it on a reed and gave him to drink.
And
the rest said, let be. Let us see whether Eliyahu will come to Yasha him.
That's not what happened.
Yahushua, when he had Saak again with a loud call, yielded up the Ruach.
See that? That's what happened. And the reason why we're looking at that, now when Shamshun drunk, what happened?
Right.
He was revived. Don't you know Yahushua wound up being revived later?
Yes, sir.
He was revived too. It's just at the moment he had to move. Now, we know that the wine, the drink, physically didn't, but remember, he was emulating the writings. That's right. After Shamshun's exhaustion, after he had slain him and gotten him the victory, what did he do? His Ruach left him. He was at the point that his Ruach left, and after he drank, what happened? He was revived. So was Yahushua. So it was all symbolic. You're looking at time distant. When he drunk, did he immediately get his life back in it? We don't know how long it took him. Sometimes when you drink, you have to lay there for a minute before you start to recover. The book didn't give you all that information. Was it immediate when he drank? We just know that he started to come back into himself. He felt the strength come back. So did Yahuah. So did Yahushua. So then he had to put him somewhere. Guess what? Sometime what happened? Let me tell you what happened. Go to the hospital. Say you stress, you going. You know what them people do a lot of times? Right? They're going to try to get you and put you in a quiet place. Because they know with all that, no, they'll get you. Let's go ahead. And sometimes it's so critical, they say, let's go ahead and get them in a room. A lot of times, that's already the immediate return of your health. By putting you, because you're in the waiting room, folks keep coming, I don't know why coming, and then we got to go get somebody, and somebody keep, you saying, you stress that all these people going, when they going to get to me, let me just go ahead and get you in a room. So you can start to look at recovery and get you an IV, get stuff start rolling, or you immediately strong. After it go through your body, start to press, so they check back on you in a little while, and say, how you feeling? They check the vitals and everything good. Guess what? We're going to go ahead and release you. Yahushua had to stay in the clinic for 3 weeks, for 3 days. That's all he did. After they gave him the IV, which was the drink, he had to set it, he had to process. Let your body do what it does, get everything back in. They came in, Yahuwah said, let's go ahead and release him. Anybody never been in the hospital before they kept you for a few? They kept you before they give you IVs and everything. Put you in the red. They didn't want nobody to come in, let you set, run tests. After a while they get through, after they get it, they said they can release you. So I had to, that's why he said he restored my Naphash. He gave it back. So now what look, this the fear I got. Never died before. Fear I got when this leave out of him, I don't know what happened. I'll never see it again. According to Ryan, he said he gave it back to me. He said restore. What did restore mean? They don't use that in court. If I took you to court, and hypothetically you took something from me, I proved my case in court, they're going to make you give it back. That's restore. That's it. So restore it. Give it back. What Yahushua said, he restored my soul, would mean somebody had to take it. Somebody had to take it. Yeah, that's the thing. Then, you know, another word that Shamshun had, that he was going to fall into the hands of the enemy. That's what he wanted. He said he wasn't worried about falling in the hands of the enemy. Y'all didn't know that? He said, you're going to let me die from thirst, and I'm going to fall in the hand of the uncircumcised. But Nicodemus came and got him. So he was worried about what, see, he was concerned about, like, you feel like, man, if you dead, what I care what folk do to me? Why I care? He said, I care about where I fall. Because it's going to make a difference where I get back up at. You know what these folk do? Just like see them, he died, what they do? Let my family get me. Folks go cutting beard, everything I got. Now let me follow the hand of these circumstances. Listen, if all my family be dead, if I can, y'all got me, y'all go to court and y'all fight for me. Don't let these folk get their hands on me. Don't let these folk have these folk cruel. Don't let these folk get me. Y'all get me taken on to the ground. Folk need all that stuff. They'll be all right. That'll be for them for sure. Nobody need all that stuff. Everybody go on, take that thing on there and put that thing in the wall. And don't be damn nailing no door closed. Let me tell you, Tony Smith, last call. I got 16 more nails to get out that thing. Leave that door alone. Tell them folks just ease up there. I want something that wind blow a little bit at that thing. Let it pop over every now and then. So we just make sure it keep working. They'll be all right. They tell me that door keep popping. Damn Skippy, he ain't trying to stay in that wall either. That's a temporary hole. Let them folk get me for them. I ain't worried about it. They don't know why. Why shouldn't worry about dying? He's after Moot read the book said, that ain't got no power. He said, and let me fall in the hands of these people. That's why he had let Nicodemus come get him. That was a concern he had. Because he look at this Basar got to get back up. See, y'all don't think like that, do you? He was concerned about where it fell. Where you think they're going to take it and put it somewhere? Man, somebody going to pack 6 foot of dirt on you, a big old rock on top of you, and a tombstone? Then you ain't going on. And the door closed? Key locked? Hell, that's too much. The man dead. They don't do that much when you're living. They put a nigga in a cell. Just send me to jail when I die. That's too much stuff, Dave. Hell, then they let you come out and do something. Fool, you dead, man. All that dirt, and they got to pack the damn thing. Just sprinkle a little bit of that going on. Leave that hole open. It'll be all right. Hell, you ain't got no business walking around no grave. You don't know how. Tell you how stuff work. With Yahushua, they rolled a stone in front of it. That's not typically how we did it. Why? If that was the way they did it, why they asked for that to be done and put guards? So a man can come out. So like a woman womb, what's blocking it? The baby got to come out. They came up with all this stuff. Man, all this stuff these folks done got that done. And then in Mizraim, they get the tomb. They build a pyramid. How they settle? They lay them things out. They get them room in there. Hell, they get them want to stretch and walk around. Put some okay, niggas stinking. Folk, they worry about that stuff. I don't want to be all stinking and musty folk coming down. Other folk got to come lay in there. See, I'm telling you, folks, death in other cultures is kind of celebrated, and I would say it's kind of culturally done differently as in America. America just throw every damn thing in a hole somewhere. Everything a trash bin to these people. White folks, we don't respect life or death. But for a lot of other people, it's done in a way that where people, it's memorialized that people remember it. You know what I'm saying? In a way that where people look at it's certain things considered to be sacred when it comes to. There's no sanctity to nothing we do over here now. Everything just cut dry, going through. The only white folks respect is that flag. That's it. Hell, they don't respect that. It's just how to feel it, what day they feel like it. Okay, go back over to 23rd chapter, Tahalim. So y'all understand that now? Restoring my soul. How important it is? Okay. Then we sat down, we get ready to come up on Pasaka. Maybe we're going to sit down, we're going to drink wine too. That's what they gave him. So restore our soul. You'd be surprised. And you ain't pay attention. You remember the man fell among thieves? Yeah, thieves and robbers run together. What you think they were when they got Yahushua? They were thieves and robbers. And then a man get wounded. You know what he told you? He told you what they'll call, quote unquote, a good Samaritan, which we still don't know what that is. They tell lies about it. The man poured wine in his wound. That's right, and put him somewhere to lay up till he got better, didn't they? They'll deal with Yahushua. Gave him wine and put him somewhere till he got better. See that? So we sit around, we commemorate with wine now, so we can try to get restored. So this is the third verse of the 23rd chapter of the book of Tahalim. Listen.
He restoreth my Naphash.
If I might, the Greeks recorded he has. He done it. When it say he restored, it say he restores.
Restoreth.
He restoreth, continuing. Now, continuing, that TH is continuing. Here ED tell us it's been done. He restored my Naphash. He
leadeth me in the Darak of Sadiq
for his guided me into the path of
Sadiq for his Shem's sake.
See that? It only makes sense. So now you got to understand now, based off of that, for his name's sake, that's why things had to be done a certain kind of way. With us, we'll look at, I don't make sense, we got to do, I don't make sense. Well, you got to remember this, when we come down and look at obtaining salvation, we're looking at getting something that we lost, which is going to be restoring us back. And because of his name's sake, he has to be mindful about the way we walk and how we do things. That was the thing he was concerned about with Mushah. If you destroy all their people, what were the people going to say? That you brought these people out for what?
Mischief.
For folly versus for Sadiq. So now it only makes sense. So now I can't allow you to make those choices. And it's just sometimes your kid, you might let them have certain responsibility. You say, you know what? You lost that privilege.
Mm-hmm.
From now on, I'm going to be handling this. From now on, you won't be doing. I'm going to do simply because he look at for the name's sake. Because who they going to be looking at? Y'all even seen that in society. Certain acts your kids do, who can go to jail? Because you know what they're looking at? That's your namesake. People call their kids their namesake.
Yeah, that's right.
Ain't that right? They will call their kid their son. That's my namesake. So he said it's important because of my name and for the sake of it and the credibility of it that I make sure that you go in the path of Sadiq. Yahuah told you to stand ye in the rock and
see.
Remember, see, we know see. Think Simply because with you're dealing with appearance and knowledge. What do you know? If you can see all you want. If you don't have no knowledge, you're going to pick the wrong one.
Right.
So let's think is the perception, is the knowledge, is the appearance of things, right? So now when you look at these paths, look at what appearances do you get? What knowledge do you have about these ways? Well, people going down that way fell among thieves. People going down that way wind up being corrupted. People going that way still continue or continuing. So now, based off of my seed, the and my knowledge of the and processing it, I gotta go with what I know. What's the better way? What knowledge I have? I don't have knowledge to those ways to go on. I have knowledge to go this way. Y'all got it? Because this is the way I've been reared. This is information. The reason why our kids make bad decisions, a lot of time, is because we hadn't implemented the importance of the value of going over this, regurgitating this, explaining them certain things so they'll understand it. So when people come up and like the books, okay, if Kataim it can entice thee,
Don't go.
okay, I go to your kids and try to get them to do wrong. Your kid don't know enough information about right. Your kid don't have the information about this. So how they gonna not consent? They can't differentiate between a sinner and a quote unquote saint, as they would call it. Which means the only way they wouldn't accept the Kataim, the sinners, is that they have to have knowledge about the right.
Right.
So now knowing the right and knowing about what identifies a person that is a sinner or commits sin, now guess what? They're more prone, susceptible to choose the right way. You just said, boy, I done told you, if sins entice you, consent that not. I don't know what a sin is.
Right. Right.
You see how some stuff, we say stuff as though, and beat our kid, they beat us as though we understood, and we
Right.
didn't.
That's right. That's right.
It makes no sense. But if they understand, then they can make a judgment. You got it? You can't have somebody make a judgment about something they don't even understand. It's going to be the wrong conclusion every time. Okay? Okay. So he restored my Naphash. He has guided ED. He said he guides me. This is all saying he's done this, me into the path of Sadiq, righteousness for his name's sake. Possibly ownership. 4.
Yea, though I halak through the valley of the shadow of Mut, I will yara no rasha, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
See that's why it was important to come back here, because at the beginning he told you that he shepherds me as a ra'ah. He tends to me like a ra'ah, like a shepherd. So that's what he do, the staff. This is it. So now, hypothetically, he do something wrong, and I start hitting him for the wrong he doing, okay? Hypothetically. I'm doing this because I hate the mother?
No, sir.
Why?
Correcting.
I'm trying to get you to do right. Now, this is a part of chasing, because look what he told you he used it. Yea, even if I should walk in the midst, the middle of the shadow of Mut, I will not be afraid of the Rasha, for thou art with me. Because remember, he's a Ra'ah, which means he does what? He has alignment. Tell him louder, Ryan. Think about that. How you know he's with you? Because a shepherd is going to stay with his sheep, which
Right.
makes him a companion.
Right.
Y'all got it? So we'll say, oh, so you got to understand. Y'all just read this. I won't fear. So he's with me in both times. So this is kind of what we're in the critical situation. When it's good, when I'm sitting around and it's good, I'm in plenteous. I'm in a calm situation state. It's good for me. What happens when I'm in a bad situation?
Be with me.
So guess what I did? This one of them win-wins.
Right.
All we do is win, 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 no matter what. See what I'm saying? You constantly winning. Y'all see that? In a bad situation, you still winning.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of dying. Which means when I'm on the tube, all these people surrounding me, these people are dead men.
Mm.
They have laid their hands on me. These people are dead. These people are good as dead. But he with me. Because he tends to me like a ra'ah, like someone caring for animals. He makes sure I'm provided for. He protects me. He's with me. He is a friend to me. All of this helps my comfort level. I'm stressed. I'm finna die. All this going on is chaotic. He with me. He is with me. Let's see something. Let's see a statement. See if that's the Yahuah 12. Let me see 25. Let's see what I want. See, we want to make sure we get this whole thing right. Mm-hmm. It's nothing to go through, and we could have read it like they got 23rd Psalm and been done. And the kids could get them recited, and they could do it for Easter. And it would be just as dumb as a bully bag. They blind. Versus, you see the difference when you go through and read it, you understand and comprehend. When you understand the meaning of words, versus you just run and say, oh, shepherd, and keep going. No. Understand a ra'ah is the companion he's with. Okay? That's what we want him to do. Then guess what I do? I have to have the behavior of an animal that needs to be tended for. Yeah, I have to have the nature of, the functionality of that he'll tend to me just like a shepherd tends to his fold. That he'll make sure I have sufficient, that he'll be with me and I can call him my friend. When I say ra'ah, I'm not just sounding like a shepherd, he's actually my friend. Y'all got it?
Sir.
A shepherd will even talk with his sheep. He's gonna bad. No, he's gonna talk to him. And guess what? They'll hear his voice and they'll know him. And they'll follow him because they said, man, you be together all the time. I know you, I'm acquainted. Why would I go with Yahuah and ain't acquainted with him? That's stupid. That's like going off with a stranger. He even told you that. He said, sheep don't follow no stranger. They don't know his voice. He said, they follow me because I know them. I know their needs. So it made sense to give you somebody, and you understood that even when it came to a Kohan. Why would they go to a Kohan except they knew you understand my condition? I'm bringing you this, and I'm expecting you to offer this and go in for me and plead my case. I'm going to tell you something. All a Kohan is, well, he's a cook, okay? Secondly, he's a public defender. You only there because you violated. Right. So you plead your case and you let your public defender know what you got going on. Right. Right. He goes into the shop at the judge and he pleads your case for you and come out. You good. Don't do it no more. Right. Right. He lets you know that's all your public defender. You can't go in and talk to them. You can't walk in and talk to them people, man. It ain't safe for you to do that. That's why they shut people down. They start go to court. You're an attorney. No, are you an attorney? No, shut. You need to keep your mouth shut. You're about to be held in contempt. I'm just trying to tell you, your ass finna go to jail. Bailey, get him out of here. It's only certain people. Yahuah tell the same. Only one person can come before that judge. That's him. He said, approach. He said, y'all know that approach. He said, you can approach. That person can approach. Don't y'all know they came to the Kohan? The Kohan, the only one could approach. So he's a defender. Because he knows the law. And he knows, he going to tell you, you come in, listen, you want me to fight the case, listen, go get me 2 turtle doves. Bring me back ointment, the apothecary after that point, because he know what they're going to take for the judge. He going to go in and see the shop and the offer and let you know, I talked to him, we good, you good. Don't do it no more. Isn't that right? He the one represent, he know the truth. You don't know, you bring your stuff. I got to make sure it's acceptable. You don't bring, listen, they ain't going to work. Can I go in there and talk to her? Best thing you do is shut your mouth. Let me handle it. And you wait to find out what the outcome is. You sit out and wait, and I come out and let you know. Well, you went in no court with them. They go in and do that stuff. All right? Let's see that. Let's see, 25. Let's see what this says. All right, 25. This. All right, listen.
He that ahab his kai shall lose it.
Hold on, let's see what this says. Itself remaineth alone, but if it died. This 25, you read 25? He that loveth, this 25 got more than one, it covers more. Yeah, 24, okay. Right here I should start. For those that are using the dewy rim, you'll drop down after much fruit. Listen.
He that ahab his kai shall lose it.
Okay.
And he that hateth his kai in this olam shall keep it unto kai olam.
And that's going to make sense. Now, you take that, and now you got people coming around, and they'll do, now, to prove I hate my flesh, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go get someone and just start cutting myself. And if people do this, because the lack of understanding. I won't even pick at them for that. Because when you read it, if you don't have somebody to guide you through, you're going to make it. Why wouldn't it make that? Start stabbing myself, do something. Because the Bible said, he that hates. So I'm trying to show the Lord that I hate my flesh, and I want to try to save it. No, he's talking about in hating it to the fact that your flesh has desire from the mind, from the belly. So it might tell me, well, let me time less. That's my appetite, time less. I'm going to restrict this body from doing it. I'm not going to let it perform and to do it. and cut it off and shut it off so I can preserve my life. Because if I act upon these reactions, I'm good as dead. Not by their court system. You see how it works. So in hating it is not allowing to do. How you feel about your parents and they let you do what you want to do? Sometimes. What you said? They hate you. Why? Because they wouldn't let you do what you wanted. You understand that? So when I don't let my flesh do what it calls for, because it goes against what he mandated, that is symbolism to hating it. You hate me. You won't let me do. I want to act. I want to get drunk. I want to snip cocaine. I want to be a geek monster. But whoever that might offend. But they just keep on geek. All they want to do is geek. So y'all understand that? That's the hating. So now when you come down to getting down, hated his kai in this alarm, meaning how it acts, what it performs here, he gonna keep it until kai eternal. You got it? By restricting it, and why I'm not allowing it to act upon its own desire, its will, it is because there's a right. Just keep it, don't do it. Like I tell a kid, no, you can't go. There gotta be a reason why. Otherwise I'm gonna break out, I'm gonna do it. You ain't give me no reason other than no. So that I can live longer and better. That's why you restrict it. There's got to be a rationale to why. All we hear, the book is built on no's. No. Why? Because you're going to die. No is a good answer. So if you're restricting without resolve or conclusion, you're going to eventually transgress it. There has to be a logical reason why. Why am I not giving in? If I want to do it, that means it's something that got to be right. Why would I want to do it? People got their own rationale. Think about it. It don't make sense. Like they said, why he make all the ass and don't want us to look? All the food that people come up with. Because a lot of things have put on, he done told you, when a man set a trap, he ain't going to take it up till he caught what he going to get. Why y'all think homosexuality is so open and broad for these people? It's a trap. It's a trap. He going to set it out here until he done. Till he got who he intended to get. Listen, that man, you homosexual, had to take down the whole city. And then take the 3 out. Till he had to wait till I got everybody I'm going to get. I set that trap out here. These folks cut that out. Man, is somebody here new? It's some new. I ain't no smell that booty before. Let me go knock on that door and find it. This your trap. I done sat in here until I caught enough of them out here, and he showed you they blind. Seriously blind. He done showed they can't see. And now he set them up to trick them out here, and what he did? Just so he can kill them. And took the 3 out he wanted to save. So a lot of times people keep thinking, it must be right he letting it happen, but he told her, you set traps out for a reason. You're intending to catch something. Now he said, I ain't gonna take it up till I caught what I intended to get. Right. Y'all got it. Tell that Yahushua on the tooth, that was a trap. Yeah. He caught everything he wanted to caught. That's why he told him, y'all can take him down. It's late, take him down. I done caught it. It didn't make sense to take him down until he had what he gonna get. Right. Hello? Yes, sir. All right. Let's see. What y'all think Shimshon was when they brought him down tied up? And they brought him down to deliver him to the Philistines. Yeah. He told him, he said, just make sure y'all don't do it. That's why we couldn't kill him. We agreed that we wasn't going to kill Shimshon. Right. I'm sorry, that we weren't going to kill the Nazarene. Right. That's our agreement. And he let him, he said, all right, go ahead and tie me up. And we took him straight there and gave him to him. And as soon as he got there, he broke loose and killed him. That's right. That was the trap. They were coming. They said, hey, we got him. He tied up. He ain't going to hurt nobody. Come on up. And now you get yourself killed. Y'all got it? All right, let's finish up. So now y'all understand this. Y'all understand what hate is? Y'all understand that? Who don't understand, my young kid? Y'all understand he that hated his life? You don't understand that? Tell me something that you like, that you maybe like doing that's wrong, that gets you in trouble. Is there anything y'all can think of that y'all might do that's wrong or get you in trouble, get you fussed at, but you like doing it? Said so many of them, huh? They said, I want to name the wrong one and get whooped now. Can y'all think of anything? What about the teenagers? Anybody? Y'all think of anything? Oh, so everything they do, they don't like it. Not doing your homework? You like doing that? Not doing it? Well, I don't want to use that one. We want to look at something they like doing that's wrong, but it gets you in trouble. Adam, y'all can help me out? Anything I can think of? Joseph, fighting me? Get you knocked out, won't it? What you got, Malachi? Who now? He said laying around here clean. Playing outside. Okay, that's a good one. Playing outside in his clean shoes, right? Because you like to play out, you want to have something clean, you want to play a half up, but it gets you in trouble. Well, now what you do is don't do that. Because that's something you like, but what you like gets you in trouble. Y'all got that? So now the logical thing is, so he'll be able to maybe get more shoes. Because first thing they're going to look at, I'm not going to buy you no more good shoes then. Since that's what you want to do, you know what? You ain't getting no more. So when you tie them up, I'm going to make you weigh them out. Now that's going to be embarrassing, ain't it? Because your friend is, man, what you doing, man? Them dirty, nasty, tore up shoes. And that's going to be embarrassing to you. Y'all understand, young people? So now he has to start saying, I'm not going to play in my good shoes. I'm going to take them off. You got it? And that way I can get more shoes. And they'll see I know how to take care of them. Versus they're going to say, I ain't buying you nothing else. You are done. You have screwed up me, and you're on punishment on top of that. And you can't do nothing fun you want to do. Now you can see where doing what your flesh wants you to do, your mind tell you to do, opposite of what you've been told to do, so you can continue to get things and continue to grow and be better. This is what he's talking about, hating your life, not giving in to that mind that says, go and play in your good shoe. Because there's a thought that comes to tell you to do that. I'm just going out and do it, man, I won't get caught. Don't give in to that. That's going to cut you off. That's not going to allow you to get more shoes. Y'all understand that? For us, the adult, that's not going to allow us to get eternal life, because we here so we get eternal life. But the things we do that our flesh says, go ahead and smoke dope. Go ahead and fornicate. Go ahead and commit adultery. All these things are things you giving into your flesh. He said, you know what? Now I'm going to kill you. That's how we're going to lose it. Now I'm going to cut you off and you won't live forever. So you have to start considering these things. We want them to understand this too. We got to start considering, although those are small things with your shoe, we look at how things contrast over into bigger things. It actually works over the bigger things that we all learn, and we look at considering, making sure we're knowledgeable of. He that loves his life shall lose it. He that said, but I like doing that. I like going out, even though I've been told not to. I like doing it. He said, you're going to wind up dying. Because you don't understand, everything I'm telling you to do is so you'll live longer. How does this work for y'all young people? He just said he liked doing it even though you were told not to do it. Well, the writing, what did the writing tell us young people? That's exactly right. Honor your Abba and your aim. This is the first commandment that he gave you, a promise. He sharpened to you that things might be well with you, that you don't be sick, that things don't go contrary for you, and that you might live long here. Not you're going to live forever, that you will live longer. So you guys have something attached to you obeying. It could be something simple as shoes, but this man talked about cutting y'all guys off if you don't honor them. Give the respect that's due to them. They say something, you, huh? I mean, they can get you, like, who you hun? It's yes, sir, no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. That's the honor. Don't just with the verb, it's when I say, DJ, go do so. He said, your day going to be short. Your days, I just use it. I'm going to cut your days short. Any of y'all, any one of y'all, I tell you this, boy, you hear me talking to you? You hear me talking to you? You need to go. And you're going to withstand and do. He said, I'm going to cut your days short. Because you're giving in to your flesh. Your flesh saying, you know what? I don't want to do it. I'm going to stop this. Nobody going to keep telling me what to do. Nobody going to keep whooping up on me. You don't realize, now I can't deal with you as with a son. Or benin with your children. I got to deal with you as somebody don't belong to me. Now I got to hurt you. People don't realize kids will put you in mind, they'll make you hurt them. Because you're like, I can't deal with you now like I would deal with you. You were my child. I got to deal with you like this, like you're a nigga off the street. And now it makes sense for how Yahuah do with us, ain't it? He's how I'm going to deal with you like a son and care for you. You done bucked up on me. I just told you not to do something. You know what we'll do? We'll not hypothetical. If you told DJ, come here. Hey, D, what you going to say? Well, I got to just deal with him, you know, like a son and work. You think I'm going to come to kill him? I just told you to do something. I'm using it for example. So let's think about this, adult. What you think he do with when he tells us to do something, we don't do it? I got to kill you because I know you hurt me. I got to hurt you. See, we understand that with our kids. That quick, we jump to reaction. That quick, how we gonna do? Oh, I'll kill you dead right now. So what about you? What do you think he think about us? And you know why he let that happen? So we'll understand how he feels. He said he ain't gonna believe it. I'm a father too. I tell my kids something to do, they don't do it. Now he'll ask you, what you think I'll do to my kid? I talk to my kid and tell him something, he won't listen to me. You said, man, that's my kid, I'll kill him. He said, good to know, because you my child, I sure been telling you something to do. Sometimes you gotta talk to them in a way they can understand. Think about it. See, it comes back for all of us to run. Nobody, don't think for the kid. Nobody exempt. Nobody exempt. That's for all of us. When he talked to us, he said, when I called, he said, you didn't answer. That's important for us to consider. So, do my young people kind of understand it better now? Good. Tube to here. All right, let's see the next verse. All right, listen. Oh.
If any east serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall also my abode be. If any east serve me, him will I be kabod.
Whether you minister, that's what a minister is, to serve. That's why I told you the Kohan, the minister, all places. Who you know serve in a restaurant? A waiter. That's the same thing. That's all you doing is serving it up. Like, but he cooking up that zamar, and we serving it. Y'all hear me? That's all we're doing. That we learning. He used service, same thing as a minister. That's to serve. He said, now if any east minister to me, him with my Abba honor. He'll honor you if you serve him. He'll give you a respect due to you if you'll give that honor and if you'll set and you'll serve the being. That's why it's important for us to understand the relationship of us giving that servitude to him. Because he's looking at, that's you respecting who I left in charge. If you respect who I send, then that's respect to me. And I'll give a respect to you for you doing that. Like people say, I want man to respect me. I want man to do, what you doing? What you want, you got to make sure you give it out. That's for anybody, not just women. That's for anybody. What you want, you got to give out. Even the book declared, I think in the 18th chapter, the 10th verse of the book of Mashali, he that had friend must. Now, first he got to get friends, then he'll know how to treat them. Before you can get them, you got to show yourself a friend first. See, that's what folks don't realize. Folks say, man, you got a lot of friends because they show themselves friendly. Y'all got it? And Yahushua said, you'll be my friend if you do whatever I tell you. That's why if folks had a wife, they call home your kids, tell they got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I heard an old man say years ago, he said, you need to be careful when they saying stuff like that. He said, Yahushua said, you are my friend if you do whatever stuff I told you. Your girl, your daughter comes and said, that's my boyfriend. That cause she do whatever he tell her. No, I hit you with one, didn't it? That hit me too when I heard that, man. I said, I didn't think of it like that. Why you think that's his girlfriend? Why you think that's her boyfriend? Or that's his girlfriend or boyfriend? Because you do what I tell you to do. These kids said, damn, he was a preacher one time. It's all the same. If any east serve me, let him follow me. Okay? And where I am, there shall also my abode be, which is going to do what? So what now? Shara? That's going to make you a companion. If you where I got, if you wherever I am, that's what we found out about with the rod, didn't it? Right. So we look at the same thing, that where I am, there you're going to be. And that's going to show you how that close proximity relationship going to work. As long as you're doing what I want you to do, why wouldn't I be with you? Right. Like people say, sometimes I just feel like, he's not with me. I feel like he's not pleased with me. I just feel like, he don't want me to be saved. Let's just get to the root of the matter. What exactly are you doing? Right. Right. These feelings come because of what? Call them and say, because I'm not doing what he told me to do. I'm not what he want me to be. And I'm not following what he told me to do. You don't just get these feelings. Make sense? See, but we don't want to deal with that because then we got to get to the root. We got to do lists. What am I doing? There's a reason why I feel like he's not with me. There's a reason why I feel like he don't want me to be saved. There's a reason why I feel like I'm going to be saved. I got a heavy past too, but I work past that. I need to keep it there in the forefront of me and stay around me so I remember what I've done, not to repeat it again. But sometimes you got to force people's hand. I got to force his hand. Y'all got me? See, he got articles and rules he can't break like us. I can change my mind on something. I said, Ken, you know what? I'm going to give you $200. You good with that? All right. Y'all heard me. $200. You want that $200 now? I changed my mind. I could do it. I'm a man. I just thought about some bills I got to pay. What, I'm a sinner? I just thought about some stuff I got to pay. Am I wrong for that? No. Me and my family should be out so he can get the $200. No, sir. So I changed my mind. I'm a man. Yahuah could never do that. The only way that could change if you did something different. I was going to give him $200, but Cam went against me. Cam did something opposite to me. If he said it, that's what it is. Y'all got it. That's what he told. He got to make it good. That's the confidence you can have him, unlike us. He come at me and say, when I told you I was going to give you $200. Man, you ain't, and me and him, now we arguing. You told me that. Cam, you probably misheard something. You probably heard, Ken, I assure you, I put my hand on stack about it. And I could honestly couldn't remember now. Y'all understand that? I could honestly not remember doing this. Unlike Yahuah, he wrote in a book of remembrance. He can flip to it and say, you got $200 coming to you. Y'all got it? That's why our confidence, that's why he wrote it and let us see through all the things he's done to show us, if I told you something, you can rest assured that's what it is. I wasn't serving. He be forgetting stuff, but really I can't find what he done ever gave nobody nothing. I ain't no fool, I ain't gonna be here. Well, I'm gonna try and come. Maybe I'll be the first one. I'm just not that kind of stupid person. I'm not gonna be your guinea pig, the first one you're gonna do it. If you ain't answering nobody else stuff and you ain't did for nobody else, I ain't got no reason to trust in you. With this man here, I got a booker, he done came back and reciprocated for everybody. Who ain't here done did so much stuff, it's ridiculous. They can't, ain't no, it almost to you couldn't be saved. That's good, because so did Ahab. Ain't nobody did more to provoke that man than Ahab. But you know what the book said when he said, but he repented. Yahuah acknowledged it too, he repented. He did some stuff to his kids, he did them, but he repented. He said the books, ain't nobody did more to provoke him than Ahab. Man, listen, love would do that. Love would do that, wouldn't it? But Yahuah look, he hearkened to him. That man look at, man, listen, folk look at, man, you get in a crisis situation, man, I'm sorry, I want to be saved. Right. There's certain stuff that you can force his hand on. You turn to do, he got to do it. If my people which are called by mine, don't forget he do all that for his name's sake, will humble themselves and seek mine and turn. Then will I don't care, I'm so pissed right now, I don't care what I said before. No, that's not him. See, he want to have confidence in him. That I can still put it, I can force his hand. Because now if you don't do this, what the other folk gonna do that's sitting around that you done told to do it too? They gotta say, well, I know Smith had honestly turned and honestly repented and honestly was seeking in faith. He didn't do it for him. See, now you gonna mess your name up. See, he gotta be concerned about stuff. Like, unlike you ain't right, man. I messed my name up, so it don't damn matter anyway. Exactly. He ain't none of you. His name ain't never been messed up. And he ain't gonna start today. That's the confidence he wants to have in him. Okay? So if any each will serve me, let him follow me. He'll be my companion. And where I am, there shall also my abode be. If any each serve me, him will my Abba honor. Come on. This is what he said. Listen what he told him. This here tight. Listen what he said.
Now
so
is my
your question. What was it before then? This is what he said. Now is my
Naphash trouble.
So before that, what was it? At Eve. You know what? I was at a high point before. I was good one time. Real good. This critical. Let's see how that works. Now is my Naphash
trouble.
What else?
And what shall I say? Abba, save me from this hour, but for this cause came I unto this hour.
He said, you know what? As bad and terrible as it is, this is what I came here for. My whole building up point been for this. See, you know what most of us do when they get to the hour with point of death? We're going to run from it. We'll try to escape it, get away, just like Balaam ass did. He got to a point, man, you right there, you see that thing swinging? This imminent. This ain't tomorrow and next week, it's right here. So what he did? He turned and ran. What you gonna do? A sword say, you come on, walk in here and get your head cut off. Come on. Come on through so I can kill you. He did exactly what we did. That ass ran. Yahushua looking at, this is my whole building, this is what happened to us, okay? I try to finish up. We hadn't actually been equipped to really process dying. That's something you're supposed to do when you get like late 80s and 90s, 100. Nobody told you to get them many years. That's something down the road. We don't process. This man's whole rearing was, you only came in here to move. You've been reared and brought in for one particular purpose. So now he's looking at, this is, this thing right here. I know what I've been going through and reading and everything. That's one thing. I know I've been reciting, going over and healing people. Now it come down and I'm the one that need the healing. I'm the one that's sick. I done came through and comfort all these people when stuff happened and folk, daughter crying and dried up tears and all that stuff went. And now my soul heavy. I'm worried about me. And I can't get no deliverance. And now gonna come to pass the saying, physician, heal yourself. Folk done tore roofs off building for me to heal them, to get folks and lower them down so I can heal. But now it's my turn and ain't nobody to help me. And now I gotta look to one. This deciding fact that comes from him. And I already know the outcome. Like sometimes we pull out something, we waiting to see what the outcome is. Can you imagine you pull out, I already know what it is. So I don't use what I'm praying. Don't let me die. Does that make sense for him? Is this a 50-50 chance he ain't gonna do it? That's the only reason you came. And I gotta come to grips with it. And still gotta maintain. As EU done put it tight on me. Though he yet will, he said, I gotta trust him. That's tight. That's tight. Let me borrow you for a second. You trust Rob? Good. I'm gonna choke you till you die. You trust me? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't, but you gotta really think about it. I'm putting my life in your hands. I don't wanna die, and I'm gonna give this to you to decide that if it happens, you can carry me through. That's a lot. That's a lot to process and do. You can hear it, somebody teach it to you and tell it, but now the actuality is you finna do it now. That's real. That's real. And then you gotta look at all the people that done set a standard before you. EU, lose everything. Then he look at him down, and then he be able to say, I don't want to die. He said, though you slay me, yet will I trust in you. And I'm going to maintain my ways before you. Because you know he considered about a hypocrite. He said, because a hypocrite, play like I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to back out of it. He was a hypocrite. He said, a hypocrite won't even come before you. See, that's tight. So he had to look at all these people that came through, and you ain't going to believe. He looked, and you know, who had to look at, but I understand that, but right now I'm being persecuted. What EU mean by that? Persecuted. Wow. My name is Yahushua, I saved. That man's name was persecuted. So knowing the meaning of your name, is it really far-fetched when people come in, I don't like you. You know what, you think, what's your name? Persecuted. That kind of line up with your name anyway, so you kind of line, my name is I saved. Then you ain't gonna believe how I gotta save while I'm being persecuted. My name is I saved. I'm his salvation. Even when I'm being persecuted. And you know another man, you think about this right here. Your name Moose. What's that? Man, you ain't gonna believe it, man. I got so many problems. You like, come on, man. Then she got problems. You like, well, but your name Moose. Burdensome. Can you imagine that man sat here and he got to look at, man, I got to carry all these persecutions, be persecuted, and all these burdens, and you ain't going to believe it, and I still got to save. Ain't nobody carry more than that man that carry. Can you imagine that? It makes sense why everybody would come to him and give him all their burden. You move from feeding to healing, to air to come and wind and rain, to casting out Shadim out of folk that's sitting here chained up. You say, but that's a lot of burden on Moose. And you still got to save. Still got to save. That's a lot. Put aside everything for yourself just so you can be concerned about, I got to save. Look down. There's other folk, let me tell you something. Cuff had a wife. You remember about their wife? Who we learned about their wife? What we learned about his wife? What was it? We learned she had a mother. And she was sick. And you know what Yahushua did? He healed her. Now, his mom was sitting there crying. And he couldn't even throw her a napkin, a paper towel, or nothing. All he could do was give her away. I'm sitting here to save. But I got to go ahead and bypass mine because people counting on me. He had to give her to somebody else to comfort her. He gonna told Cut, well, later on, my mama gonna be crying. I mean, hey, ain't nothing but your mother-in-law anyway. Who care about a mother-in-law? Gotta see about yours. I gotta tell mine, you gotta get you another son. Tell the man, let that be your mother. I came here for a cause and a reason. That's when that man looked at man, he said, my Naphash, man, it's trouble. He said, what I'm gonna say? Save me? He said, this is what I was reared for. This is what they call game day. All the practicing, all the hours you put in, all them games to get to the championship. He said, this is what I came here for. See, we got to start looking at how we kind of are being reared. We hadn't actually looked at these things to that way to realizing we got more time behind us than we got in front of us, a lot of us. Even these kids, they don't have the time. I don't see no 50, 60 years. But none of it. I don't see how the Rocks can handle it. You can't keep having record storm rate. You keep breaking records. You can't keep breaking records. This place is going. The thing is devastated. Man, listen. The Rocks it's unstable. All the stuff we've taken out of it. Initially, there were things we were taking out that we could use for different things. But we've exacerbated this place. You know what I'm saying? We've overcharged it. It can't sustain the life that everybody trying to live. Everybody millionaire, everybody rich, everybody billionaires. It can't sustain everybody. It wasn't designed to do that. It was designed to give us life and we give it back to it. The Ross is just like a woman. She got to be taken care of. We were supposed to understand our connection, like what they would call Asian country, Asian people. You look at islanders, certain people. They understand the process of certain things. You kill a tree, you need to put one back. When you take something, you need to put something back. Even with the Indian, they would take, after they kill it, they would pour the blood out. Or someone would even drink the blood of the animal. Because they felt like be one. They understood. When they kill, like, white folks thought, you just kill it, man. It's a target practice. When they kill, you only kill what you can eat. And what you eat, you took the skin and you made coats or you made weapons from the bone or from the teeth. They looked at every part of that animal was vital. So they looked at giving something back. What they couldn't, they left out for other animals that scavenged they had to eat. They made sure if they took a life, that life benefited not only them but others. The white folks take stuff, it don't benefit them. And no, they just they'll cut their horns off. Who benefited? Damn thing just rot. Nothing ate it. And the Rock's looking at you can't do that. You can't take and not give back. But that's how they teach us to operate, and we don't teach our kids how to be conservative, how to save stuff, eat what you can eat. You don't wait. Like, hey, y'all throw more food in the garbage. It's just terrible how we did stuff. Old people had dogs. They fed and made the dog eat it before they throw in the trash. Garbage stank like hell. Stank that high hell. Damn thing got 4 weeks of groceries just stacked all up in it. Because we get stuff we ain't going to eat, we waste stuff, throw away stuff, and we don't know how. You got to give back. That's how nature works. It needs to be replenished. That's why the first thing he taught, I don't even put every, he said, replenish. You can subdue it, but you got to put it back. That's what he taught them. He said, you got to put it back. You can't take from it and not get back. You're going to run out. And that's how we run with Yahuah. We want Yahuah to be a benefit to us to do something. What kind of benefit we've been to him? Look at California smart level. Hell, they done moved a lot of their trees, everything out. They let all them damn sisters all through there. And all them switch hitters. And everybody else are swingers and everything else. They just done wrapped everything and wiped everything. Just like New York. Look at all them buildings now. Ain't nothing but a place of destruction. And nature rewards it back. Floods and rain and fog and everything else they got. Congestion and rats and everything else. Them rats lived out in woods. Rats ain't bad when they do what they're supposed to. They're there for waste. You keep your stuff clean. Hell, they ain't got nothing to eat. They'll go to where they'll go where they can survive. Hell, they nasty, and the folks nasty up there. And why you think the rats survive and getting bigger than cats? Nature rewards you. The rat ain't the problem. Hell, the people the problem. It's how you keep stuff. Same thing with crime in Chicago and all these other big cities, and all they made, Louisiana, all these places. Look what the people fester. Look at what you fester. You bring this stuff. It ain't just coming from nowhere, and nature rewards you back. The Bible told you Elohim is not marked. You're not going to say whatever you sow, that's what you reaping. That stuff ain't coming from nowhere. It coming because of what people fester, what people put. The same thing with Atlanta. These folks done party, done open up the door for everybody to come here because you black. Hell, you done mess the place up. We had our crime and stuff. Missing murder kid, the biggest thing we ever had. Hell, it wasn't but 27. That's what they put on news at the time. That's still a lot for us, but I'm just saying. Stuff like that, man, devastated. We ain't seen no stuff like that. Hell, now, ain't nothing had 27 murder in a week. Hell, it took that man time to get 27 just to put on the news. Cause that's what we done brought in now. These people found another place. When they rat hole up one place, the ass come and rat hole up another. They destroy it and tear it up, run somewhere else. I remember Texas, man, Texas. Man, tell a man a minute. He was young, so you know they tell him, son, go west. Go west. You were gonna make my go, they tell you go west. You had to go to Texas. Texas with oil, Texas with cattle, Texas with fields and crops. Texas a damn disaster. Just a disaster. Never seen no news growing up. Houston flooded. All these damn floods coming. Now fires. Never seen that stuff growing up. Man, Texas was known for business. If you want to do cattle, you want to do farming, you want to get into oil, and the people are known to have money for coming up. Shit, broke it here. They broken us now. People that done destroyed it. Everybody just done destroyed the place. The water's come back on us. Isn't that right? The yam pissed with it. The yam starting to throw. It coming in and throwing back up all the corruption we put in it. All that damn cocaine done sunk and flooding the water. Navy done dumped all that damn trash in the water. Then other countries damn shoot a damn ballistic missile and drop it in the ocean. What the hell you think you just killed? Right. Man, there's all kind of animals in that damn water. You done saying this shit done blowed up and all these chemicals in the water. So you know what? To see something sick. Let me go put a bomb in y'all stomach and see what happens. Damn thing coming back up. And just study submarine. Boom, we gotta be ready. Nuclear shit just shooting in the water. Out the water we eating fish? People eating shrimp and crab and lobsters? So Yahuah, what he got to do? Make the water come back. That's what he told us. He said, I'm so sick, y'all, I vomit you out. They don't even know why the water. Instead of folks, look, if he done vomited him, what is he trying to tell me? It's something I can't. Your stomach does, because your stomach, I'm rejecting what you're doing. I'm rejecting it. So Yahuah throw that water up in the land. The damn folks so stupid, they think they're some damn refugee and come back and rebuild. You're going to come, I just threw that up. So something you threw up, you eat it. What you going to do? And they dumb ass don't realize why I keep doing it again. You keep putting the same shit back I just threw up. Who eats vomit? Yahuah told you, all table full of vomit. And filthiness, ain't no plate clean. They're so dumb. None of these folks got no sense. New Orleans have been corrupted too long. It has just, listen, the witchcraft, the sorcery, the drugs, the rape, the murder. I'm sick of it. The drunkenness, I'm sick of it. Watch that. The levee's broke. The levee broke. They don't acknowledge Yahuah. Call the levee you want to. Yahuah angry with us. He is angry with everybody. Steadily burning. Dumbasses come try to put out and come. In California, you know how damn dumb you gotta be to stay there. How you can burn every year, Judge? How? It's impossible to burn every year. The man tell I'm gonna consume you. Dumbass is still there, still building. So why my house was in the damn woods up there. Damn thing burn up every year and you still here? Man trying to purify it. Trying to burn you. He's like, I'm gonna burn you out, I'm gonna flood you out. I'm going to freeze you out. In France, record number cold. Snow and ice hitting their ass today. Record. These folks should be getting ready to start trying to warm up. It's spring for us, they call it, which is the first of summer. Still got a little cold on it. By April now, late March, shit, we've been good in one. We almost had summer heat. The man angry with us. He said, I tell you, all they're going to do is boot it, all them asses be out with tramp stamps on them. Them sis out here gloating. Freeze the ass up. Need to make an icicle just come through and punch it through the ass cheek and lock it where nobody can get in it. And put an ice lock on it. And let no heat touch it thereby. Isn't that right? Then stick one through the damn lip like they do in Africa and put another lock on it. That way you can't put no damn pickle in there. Rudy, what you got going on? What that be clapping? It's just bad, man. It's just bad where we at in the world. I'm so sick of it, man. Our young men, we losing them. Our young women, we losing them. We losing our old people. That's our knowledge. That's our history. And that's what they wipe it out from them up. Now they got, I told you, they'll come out with they're pushing for their third vax now. They want the elderly to get it. You're killing 30s dying. They'll mess these babies up. These folks' systems are shutting down. They're having strokes and heart attacks. Now you're going to wipe out our old people. We don't have no knowledge. Y'all think these young kids can rid themselves up? No, too damn dumb. Ain't an insult here. Y'all just dumb. You don't know nothing. Ain't nothing wrong. You just don't know nothing. We're going to teach them. We got to set a pattern for them. They ain't got one. Let me see my young people. Show me your pattern. Let me see you trace it. How many of y'all having problems tracing that? How many of y'all is not a problem? Not a problem. Why? Because you got something to follow. They want to take this from in front of you and tell you to now follow your pattern. Let me see you do it without your hand, without your pattern. Terrible. Terrible. Without your pattern. Terrible. Is that the exact same thing you were doing when you had a pattern in front of you? That's where they want our kids at. They want our kids to lead themselves without us in the front of them. There's no way they can do it. These kids, let me see y'all trace it again. Let me see you trace it. Let me see you trace your pattern. Trace your pattern. Trace it. How hard is that? Not difficult at all, is it? You can follow right along, ain't it? Now take it down. Now let me see you do it. Look at your kid. Look at him. Look at him. What is that he doing? No, I'm just saying, but listen, look at him. Look at him do it. Let me see. Adam, that's terrible. Ain't nobody hand this big, Adam. Y'all see that? The reason I want y'all parents to see it, pay attention. That's how it's going to be when they get rid of us. That's right. There's nothing for them to follow. You can't make something on your own. You have to have something there existing. That's why we have to continue to fight, to educate them, to show them. Because you can't do something you can't see. That's two.